I'm gonna take a lot of lucky ones. Because you can open the lucky ones and then yes, and do great rocks. I'm already in. I'm in school. I'm in school until uh,
Hey, test, testing 1 2 1 2. Let me know if y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me, give me a 1 2 1 2 1 2. Um, there we go. Yeah. All right, going good now. All right. Come over here. Let me see if I can edit this. And why do we definitely charge this such a strong reaction? Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and join my good brother Tommy's live stream. Go ahead and answer this joint. Yeah. Now we're in the building. Go ahead and watch that stream. And here we go.
grab no pizza need.
Yeah, I had an issue with my connection. Give me 1 second. Thank you.
There. Oh yeah.
For the people listening to me, I'm going to be joining us. I just got an issue with my connection, so I'm just working on a connection. I will do working on it. Yeah, I share this. Just waiting for my mixer to come back. There we go. Now my sound is good. Can y'all hear me? Give me a 1 2. If y'all can hear me all right, give me a 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let me double check it over here. Audio. There now. All right. The tone that you're looking for is you got to get the Tribe app, and you can.
Melanin, gotta get your opinion on this since you seem a bit shocked about this. And Mr. Fantastic went there, so I'm gonna let you go however you want to dress it and get fired from your job. If you want to dress Kirk, because people are getting fired now talking about this dude. I had a few people when I said I want to do this show, people text me and still texting me now saying, be careful of what you're saying. And I'm like,
should be good.
I don't know. I'm gonna say what I see, and I've always been like that. But there are a lot of black folks that are really into this story and are having like they 5, 10, 15 cents to be said. Why do you think blacks are so interested, in this story about Charlie Kirk and him being assassinated?
So I didn't know him before the incident happened. That's my first encounter with him. But from what I've been hearing, I think they're talking about it more because of how much attention he's getting. So it's like other situations where our people have passed, it hasn't been this global or such a big deal. So I think the amount of attention that he's getting is why it's being talked about. But I haven't heard anyone, as far as black, like talking about it with care. Like it's more so like, I don't care, like whatever.
Yeah, like that, but they're going out of their way. You know, if somebody goes out of their way to say I don't care, that's kind of them saying they do care, because there's no white people that ask black folks. The great thing about white people, when shit happened to them, they've never come to blacks and say we need y'all help. Like if a white cop or black cop killed, even when that white girl got stabbed in the neck, white people didn't come and say we need black people to understand how we feel. They didn't need us. They didn't ask black people to put money on her books. They didn't say her name. She matters. White people were just saying they ready to do what it is they need to do, but they did not ask black people for a thing. So why do black people insert themselves in something, right? This Charlie Kirk, in which they never asked blacks to feel bad about it, but they kept bringing up him and saying they glad he dead, especially when they said that he said a lot of racist things, so they glad he died. And I kept thinking, well, if that's how you feel, why wasn't it a black person who killed him? If he was so racist, why we had to wait on a white person to exact their revenge? So to me, it almost seems like, just like with the Civil War and all these things, everything black people get, all their get back to white people, seems like they need a white person to do it. I'm asking your thoughts on black folks feeling the need to address white people who didn't ask them for any help.
As like, why do they do that?
Yeah, why do they felt the need to try and antagonize the whites?
I guess it's a moment for them to feel like they're feeling the pain that we feel.
Oh.
I'm gonna assume maybe something like that, to get to rub it in their face. I've heard a lot of people bring up like, well, you know, Martin Luther King, what happened to him, or Malcolm X, for just the things that they were saying. So I think it's just like a moment of, now it's you guys, like, so what? So be it. I can't really say I haven't had too much conversation around it.
Mm-hmm. And I tell people all the time, there's a lot of these people I don't really know like that. And he was one of those where I heard some of his commentary, and I argued with the people at my barbershop about how racist he was. And I was like, I mean, I don't know why we care so much about what white people think about us. I don't understand. I don't think there's any white people that are walking around saying, I need black people to like me. And if they don't, I need to call out that black folks don't like me. The black folk will find individual whites, and if they don't like us, we'll have a problem with them. I'm gonna give you one last question before I move around. What Mr. Fantastic said about the homosexuals and the violent homosexuals getting swept under the rug. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that part of it? Do you think there's some truth in there?
Yeah, I think he was spot on. I enjoyed everything he said in regards to that. He was spot on.
Yeah. I appreciate him bringing it up, because these are a couple of things that we can't really say very much about and not have people look at us like it's a fucking problem.
Right.
I want y'all to hold on 1 second, because I got to talk to the nigga that cut my hair, and everybody get mad when I talk about getting my hair cut. Because they say I don't have no hair, Charles. They say I don't have no hair. So they say I shouldn't pay you
I
at all.
keep
How
them
you feel
clean.
about that?
I keep them clean. I keep them clean.
Now, the last time I was in the barbershop was last week, and we were speaking, and you they were getting mad at me. The owner of the shop really didn't like what I was saying, and they were trying to convince me that Mr. Kirk is racist. I never got your opinion. You just sat there, smiled, and laughed as all them niggas got at me, and you didn't say nothing. You didn't help me at all.
Hey, he can feel like he feel. I agree with you. You know,
Well, thank
I
you. Well, I
really
wish
did
you'd have
agree with
said it
you.
when they was all getting on my back.
But that's their opinion. They got their personal opinion, how they feel. You know, you read them right though. I didn't
Well,
tell you then, but you straighten them out.
well, first off, fuck the tush push, and I hope they ban it. Second off,
Fly high, motherfucker.
fuck Philly. But I want to ask your opinion. What do you think about all those black folks that was in the barbershop? They all had a real opinion about him, but he was killed by a white person. Why do you think black people were so invested in a guy that most of them didn't know?
Honestly, I feel like well, I feel like they didn't like the fact some of the stuff he said, you know. They felt how they felt, you know. And he's entitled to his own opinion, you know.
Did
But
he say anything that bothered you?
no.
That's right. I know you really agree with the things he said about black women.
Yeah.
My man Charles. I'm gonna get back to you, Charles, in just a second. I want to go over to Brian. Brian, has Charlie Kirk offended you?
Nope. Charlie Kirk is one of those people, and the reason why black people are so invested in it is because he's a truth teller. And black folks in their culture, the degeneracy within the culture, they will do anything and everything to perpetuate what the culture is, which is delusion, lies, and deceit. Anything that got something to do with or is promoting fuck shit, they with it. So therefore, anything that is against that, they don't like it. They hate it. And you know what? I was saying this the other day. Did you come up with the saying, the truth sounds like hate to those people who hate the truth? Is that yours?
Listen, it's an amalgamation of mine. I'm not going to say it's completely mine because I'm pretty sure that is something I might have stole from some crackers that I hung out with.
Well,
I do know I said it.
Yeah.
But I do think that I might have stole it from somebody.
Okay. Well, I gave you the credit. That's where I heard it from.
Nowhere around. So yes, it's mine.
Yeah, it's yours. There you go. But it's like that idea and what he said. And when you even talk to people, and this is the problem I have with our people. If you say something, I think you have the right to say it. However, if somebody asks you why you're saying something and you can't tell me, I got a problem with you, and I lose respect for you. If you're willing to go around and repeat what somebody else has said and you can't even explain it or explain it, that's problematic. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was so upset with black folks, because they went out of their way to celebrate his death. Not to say that you can say if you want to make your jokes and all that stuff, that's one thing, but you going out your way to celebrate the death of somebody whom you don't know, never even follow, but just because he's white, he's at the top of the algorithm as far as just being celebrity news. Y'all want to interject yourselves to try to get some clout, get some thumbs up and some likes. So y'all towing the Democratic line and supporting their fuck shit because they don't like them. So now you don't like them. It's inherently stupid, and we continually just perpetuate that because it seems like that's the only thing black folks are useful for. Some fuck shit you want to perpetuate, give it to niggas, they'll keep towing the line and keep doing it. And that seems like what they're doing in this situation. Because the people I've seen personally talking about this, they don't know shit about Charlie Kirk. So why would you talk about it? Why would you bring it up? Why is it even on your timeline if you don't know anything about it? You just talking about it because everybody else talking about it and it's news. And I'll end with this. If the same exact thing happened and white folks went and made fun of George Floyd, the same way, niggas would have lost their ever-loving mind and would have did and went harder than what they already had went. With just
now they did go after George Floyd.
And rioting. Well, I'm saying they talked about from what I saw, they talked about how shit went down. Wasn't nobody out there said, I want Floyd.
Yeah, exactly.
Mama, I can't breathe. They wasn't doing that shit that I saw. But
you're right. That was just me. My bad. That was just me.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying. They didn't go out of their way. I mean, people that are in media, podcasts, and stuff like that, you talking about it, that's one thing. But there's niggas I know that's just getting online saying some shit because they think that's the shit to say to get some likes and clicks.
Yeah.
But hey, Tony, just real quick before you move on, I'm well, no, like he said. So I think that's a big thing, right? Nigga, what white people did it, they picked on George Floyd. Not immediately after it happened, after niggas burned down half the country, then they had something to say about it, and so on and so forth. Of course, I mean, you got the races, but and there of course are some racist white people.
What about Ahmaud Arbery?
Ahmaud Arbery, that one, that happened in Georgia, right? The two white boys.
They kept calling him jogger. They was like Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he.
Come on, man. Yeah, come on. Y'all can't be doing this.
Y'all know I'm the biggest cool up here.
I'm just trying to say, man.
Well, no. I didn't know they were
doing this. Man. Y'all can I say something?
Go ahead.
Y'all can't see white people do something. Charlie Kirk was saying things about black people, some critiques about him, but now that black people are critiquing him back, they can't do it. He's in the news. They have a right to critique it. Freedom of the press, right? Why they can't critique something he said? He was critiquing MLK and he was dead. He was critiquing George Floyd and he was dead. Now that he's dead, niggas can't critique him.
To be fair, they're not critiquing his talking points. They're making fun of the fact that he got shot in the fucking neck in front of his wife.
That's what I'm saying, right there. I'm fine with you critiquing them. Say whatever you want. But my thing is because niggas are so stupid.
White people are making fun of George Floyd and the other niggas before.
I'm just saying, you can, whoever want to poke their fun, they poking their fun, whatever the case may be. But I'm saying, when you go out and you're saying things and you don't know what the fuck you're saying or why you're saying it, I did videos about George Floyd. I did videos about Ahmaud Arbery. But I knew what the fuck I was talking about. I wasn't just out there saying, shit, he got what he got. Okay, but if somebody asks you about it and you ain't got nothing else to offer, I get it, but that's just what we do. And I'm just saying, I just don't like it. At the end of the day, motherfuckers do what they want.
I present something.
Brian, I want to add on to what you said, though, because I believe that's 100% the answer of what happened is people don't know much about him. They see this crazy incident happen, and then they go to look up about the individual, and all they see is tidbits, snapshots,
exactly,
quick cut content of him saying some crazy off the wall shit. And
the same thing they do to Tommy. Like they get the most inflammatory 15 seconds and say, "Oh, this guy's a piece of shit."
Yeah, if a black pilot's flying, if it's a black pilot, I don't trust him. That's it. Cut.
But I'll ask you that, light skinned fella. I'm gonna ask you.
Come on,
this is my old boy. This my little brother Tony D. Too Wild up in the building. I gotta ask you.
Yeah,
I saw that because they showed it to me when I was at the barbershop.
Yeah,
but then I went and saw the entire quote.
Yes, and I know what it is. Yep, you're right.
Oh.
So he said if he saw a black pilot, like he would be a little worried, and it cuts there. It stops. That does sound fucked up right there. But what he's saying though is with DEI in place, these airlines are being forced to hire black, hire women, hire whatever, these specific races, these specific orientations. They're being forced to meet this sort of quota. So who's to say that when they're hiring these people, that these people are on par with the individuals that they're hiring normally?
But and then he said it's
white people
that could apply to white people that don't
But just so y'all know, his own words was, and I know it's fucked up to think this. He said, I don't want to think this. But how do I not think this if you have a policy in place that says I need a certain percentage of this thing here? If you tell me I need a certain percentage of white running backs, I'm not going to think that when you put this white boy in the game, he the best. But when you see McCaffrey in the game, you know he the best because there was no quota. It was the best man wins.
I always said, Tommy, I don't ever want to be a statistic. I don't want to get, success based upon my skin color or based upon the gender or whatever. Like that just, that's just lame. We've seen that happen, I believe, on ESPN with like certain analysts. I feel like when you force things like that, I just never want to become successful or be able to get a position because of a color of my skin or anything of that. Because at that point, I feel like you're just utilizing me as a statistic to say, look, we hired this individual, we hired this race. We're fair. We're even. Hire
most niggas do though. Most niggas do want that position and want that job just because they think they entitled to it, think they should get that handout.
Can I say something?
But that quote, that thing.
Hold on. My friend, the notorious white folks hater.
Nope, I'm an everybody hater. I want before I begin to speak, I just want all of y'all to know y'all still my brothers and sisters after this conversation. Because I heard such bullshit.
Thank you.
Trayvon Martin, they put pictures of Skittles and Arizona drinks, and white people took fucking pictures of them. They did the same thing with George Floyd. They said he didn't die from a didn't die from a knee on his neck, died from a fentanyl overdose. So when y'all say, why is black people making fun of this white nigga that died? Because they made fun of people that died when it was us. And here's the crazy part. What we finding out is that Charlie Kirk is a piece of shit across the board. He ain't just a piece of shit to black people. He's a piece of shit to everybody because it wasn't even a black person that unalived him, but yet and still, black HBCUs had to get death threats. Why the fuck we getting death threats when we ain't got nothing to do with it? Why like y'all don't want us to say nothing about it. But if we talking about just the internet and social media, y'all even capping even more for white people because everything gets talked about on social media. There's not a lick of information that takes place on the internet that don't nobody give an opinion for. So now why in this instance, Charlie, if this whole airplane shit that these dumb niggas talk about, it's 3% of niggas out of 100%. 3% black people rather, are pilots. And we talk about let's pick something better. If you're gonna tell me that something is a DEI, I don't think the pilot shit is the way to go. Because I
think I can see why he chose pilot, because he's saying that's a dangerous task. When I get on this plane, that's the one time I really want. Like if you tell motherfucker serving sandwiches at Subway, if that go wrong, all I might have is a little spit of semen in my sandwich, but I can survive that.
That's what I mean when I say airplane pilots is the wrong thing. Because I remember the Tuskegee Airmen being given the opportunity to escort and not losing one bomber fight. That's what I remember from black pilots. So why would black people hear that know that piece of history and then complain about him be looked at as we're wrong when we know historically, you check white pilots, they lost bomber jets. But the Tuskegee Airmen who was told they was ignorant wasn't even really given an opportunity to fly the planes. When they was given the opportunity to fly the planes, did the escorts perfectly. And here it is, we got this white boy that says airplane pilots is DEI, as if the FAA makes the test different for black people than he does for white people. So the reason why black people are talking about it is because he got assassinated, he got fucking shot on national TV. And what y'all want is for white people only to talk about it. Like black people can't have an opinion. Black people are getting crucified. Black people are being forced to be compassionate when this nigga said he don't even want no empathy. This white man said, I don't believe in empathy. So why would anybody care that we're not giving him exactly what he said he don't want? Like I'm confused.
Yeah, but
Can I respond?
yeah,
Can I
but you're
respond?
doing the same. You're doing the same thing. You're taking a clip and parcel of what he's saying, and you're taking what he said out of context.
No, I did not.
You're taking it out
But
of
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, about what you said.
Hold on. Let him and Mr. Fantastic. Let him and Mr. Fantastic go at it for a second. Go ahead, Mr. Fantastic. You said.
Oh, you're saying, and you're doing exactly what most niggas are doing. You're taking a 30-second clip and the exact words what he's saying. You're not talking about anything before or after what he said. Okay, and like
I went and looked up to see.
Okay, so tell us everything.
DEI is 3%.
No. I'm not on the DEI thing. I'm on the empathy thing. I'm talking about that empathy. Tell us what he said about empathy.
I don't. He said he don't believe in empathy.
No, that you're wrong. That's not what he said. That's not what he said. He didn't say he didn't believe in empathy.
What you're doing is focus. Let's say if he didn't want empathy, fine. Let's say if he wanted it, I still don't have to give him empathy if I don't want to. That's a small.
You don't have to. No
problem. Then
I got you.
Don't pick the small argument. The bigger argument. This man died on public TV. Everybody to see, and that's why black people are talking about it. It don't get no more simpler than that.
Okay, great.
If he was black,
I got you. But that's also false. That's also false. So again, if you were talking about how, hold on. No. The reasoning. You keep jumping to the part of the I'm missing. So you're saying they're talking about it because he got assassinated on TV. Talking about it, he got assassinated on TV would be the reason why, and all these different things, so on and so forth. I won't say a majority, but I would say 49% of people fucking celebrating and ha and kiki and to the point of where a woman got locked up on a college campus and banned. That's totally different. So that's the over representation of what black people are doing.
You windmilling because you talk about something when I'm not talking about that woman that was bragging as
she's a micro or the macro. So I'm telling you, there's a large percentage of black people.
There's a large percentage of black people that knew nothing about Charlie until he got shot on public TV.
I agree. And they still don't know anything about him.
If anybody, white, black, Asian, Chinese, got assassinated on public TV, it forces you to look them up. Young Thug, when Young Thug was locked up for like 3-4 years, and then he finally gets out, people look him up. That's what people do because it's something that happens on the internet. So now, once you look Charlie up and you see what Charlie would say about Martin Luther King, you see what Charlie would say about black people, you see what now people start making an opinion about, should I care about him dying or should I not? The same man, Charlie, wanted the man that beat the shit out of Nancy Pelosi's husband to be set out of jail. So now when you look at the reputation of this white man, nobody should give a fuck about him. And then when it's a white man that unalived him, we shouldn't be held to no task how we feel.
And again, I'm not trying to police feelings. I'm not trying to police what we're talking about. I'm just saying we have to be honest about the approach to the situation because it makes us look stupid. It makes us look petty. It makes us look immature. Right? Because I agree with what you're saying.
How does immature? White people get to be savage.
How does it look?
Listen to what Captain said. You gotta let him respond back to it.
Right.
You gotta let him get some of what he want to say out in response.
Thanks.
No, go ahead.
No, I was asking you, how does it make us look immature?
Well, like I said, you said yourself, I know for a fact the majority of black people had no idea or care about who Charlie Kirk was, right? He dies, and then immediately there are clips made that are very out of context and inflammatory, right? To incite black people, to get them angry. And then you start talking about the 30-second to have a little long clips you mean, and going on these long ass diatribes and going on these hate-filled rants. And now you put yourself in some shit to be the adversary to something you hadn't to do with in the first place. So you're making yourself look immature because you're celebrating somebody dying, like as you said, in front of his wife and kids, by the way, on national fucking TV.
So
that shit is hold on, just almost done, about to land. So as much as, and you know, I mean, we know how y'all do. Shout out to the Hebrew Israelites, right? Savages, cave people, all this good shit, right? So on and so forth. So we supposed to be that same way. We're supposed to be.
No, I think that anybody that died, and I think the fact that black people feel this way about a white person dying says more about how horrible that nigga was than anything else. Because there's nobody that is more compassionate for white people than black people. Me as an Israelite, I get fought tooth and nail. Like, people expect me to be out here saying, man, F Charlie, he should have got shot. He should have got this. You know what I said when he got shot? I said, nobody should get shot because they have a difference of opinion because of what they say. I do not believe that Charlie should have gotten shot. With that said, I'm glad it wasn't a black person that shot him. I'm glad it was a white person that shot him, because black people don't think like that. Black people don't think like, he said this about me, so I'm gonna go and shoot him in a public space. White people think like that because white people's mentality is different than ours. What this also shows is they wasted more time profiling and talking about black people, and the one race of people you can't profile is white people. The same day that Charlie got shot is the same day a 16-year-old white kid shot up the school in Colorado. Same day. Because you can't profile white people because they're so busy making black.
I have a presentation that reflects that.
They're so busy making. I thought it was between me and Mr. Fantastic. He didn't.
I'm sorry. My bad.
No, I didn't say nothing.
I didn't say that was my point. Fantastic.
Okay, yeah, my fault. Okay, right.
So they waste so much time saying how black people are corrupt, black people are wicked. This white boy said. This same white boy Charlie said white individuals are more likely to be attacked, especially per capita, by black individuals in this country. The irony that a white man shot him. The irony. Yeah, but the very stat that he gave doesn't actually reflect truth. If we just talk about crime, if we're going to be honest about crime, what America should realize with Charlie getting shot is that America has a crime problem, not a race-based crime problem. That's the
no, I agree. So no, that's what I'm saying, and I'm saying you definitely need to bring. I said this was an opportunity for black men to push the thing and take the violence narrative off of us, because white people love using the per capita argument. Like I said, that's one thing that Charlie definitely got wrong. The 1350, that wasn't accurate at all, right? And right. I called it. I called it malicious ignorance. Right. I couldn't say that he for sure knew that he was purposely putting that stat out wrong, because people that. But so either way, right? So what I'm saying is this though.
He don't know.
When you look at
because he died from blood loss.
If you don't stop.
Hey, indeed. But this is what I'm saying though, right? So if we look at the mass. If we look at mass shootings, right, and I actually looked this up the other day, and over the last 5 years, there were 36 mass shootings. Out of those 36 mass shootings, 5 of them were trans shooters, or people that identified as trans.
Right.
Trans represent less than 1% of the population. So that's the major overrepresentation that everybody needs to be promoting and looking at, because this is a major issue and problem if you really start breaking down the numbers and looking at, you know what I'm saying, these trans people that are violent against innocent people and children.
Right.
So I'm not emotionally invested, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know,
yeah, but I have with that. But I think that when we talk about what happened to Charlie, and then now all of a sudden we want to police black people's response. If black people were honest, most black people, no, he definitely died of blood loss. I stand on that. If he had enough blood in his body, in his body, he'd still be alive. I stand on that. Just like Charlie stood on George Floyd died from a fentanyl overdose instead of a knee on his neck, is how I stand on that nigga died from blood loss. Now, at the surface level, the reason why black people have the response that they have is not the way that he died, but the way that he lived. And so they're not going to have that. It's almost like, you know, we watched white people glorify in the death of black people. We watched them. We watched them what they did with George Floyd. We watched them do with Trayvon Martin. Even what's this guy named Charlie Kirk said that George Zimmerman. It was funny as hell. This guy asked him, was O.J. Simpson guilty of his crime? Charlie said yes. Then they asked him if George Zimmerman was guilty of his crime. Charlie said no, he was found not guilty by his peers. This is what I mean by he think you stupid, because OJ was also found not guilty by his peers. And then not only did he say no, because George Zimmerman was found not guilty by his peers, he said Trayvon Martin was hunting George Zimmerman, which was not true.
But technically, OJ didn't get found not guilty. He was found that there just wasn't enough evidence to find him guilty. So there's a difference between
which one is it?
No. I'm saying there's a legal difference between being not acquitted and just you didn't have enough people to be able to say you did it. Like they're two different things. When you're acquitted, it's literally they say you didn't do it.
And
so I was just pointing out that
you're saying Zimmerman was acquitted and OJ wasn't.
Yes.
No problem.
So that's
I got
that's all.
And I don't know if y'all know it.
May have been his argument is all I was saying.
Yeah, but just real quick, I don't know if y'all know it, but niggas came out and said they got him off on purpose, so that kind of fucked it up too. So,
but then
that
Charlie
is true,
said Charlie said that Trayvon was hunting Zimmerman when we could all hear the 911 tape where the 911 operator told George to stop pursuing Trayvon. And so now when you take that, we know this information about this individual, of course y'all expect me to feel the way that I feel about Charlie. I don't give a fuck about Charlie. Everybody know that. I don't give a fuck about white people like that. Hey, right, Tommy? That's what Tommy said. Everybody expect that. But black people have two trump cards in this. The first trump card is this has nothing to do with us. This just shows how violent white people are. White people are so violent that they will unalive you. Like, you know how they like to say, we got to watch them black mothers and their kids. We got to start looking at them white mamas and their kids. Why are we not looking at white mamas and white? It's even worse. Why are we not looking at white parents? Because the white household is the creme de la creme of households. But yet they doing high school shootings. This guy falls in love with a tranny and goes shoots this man. He's in love with a tranny. You know, we fall in love with strippers, Tommy.
I'm in love with a stripper.
This nigga in love with a tranny and go shoot him. And the irony that when they asked him a question about trans shootings, and then he brings up the gang violence, and the next thing you know, pop, blood, this nigga just died, blood loss right away. So we got two trump cards. We have nothing to do with this. It's not even a black on black crime issue. It's a white on white crime issue, and it's a transgender issue. And now maybe America will, for the first time in their life, deal with violence from a violent level instead of trying to break it down. There's like 48 million black people. I think 5,000 of them have unalived them, in murder. I think 5,000 murders out of 48 million. So now that's not even a dent. And then with white people, I think it's like 8,000. They got like 200 something million. So if we're going to deal with crime, then let's just deal with crime without the racial epithets. But if you come off always talking from a racial position and then you die, you can't expect the race that you was talking about to feel anything about. If I die, white people is not going to be out there talking about, man, we so bad Tazaryak is gone. They're gonna get my fucking, they're gonna try to find my headpiece, they're gonna try to find my garment, they're gonna go 125th Street. They might hold camp where I speak if I die, because I talk about them. So why would we expect anybody, any black person, to have something good to say about Charlie when for all intents and purposes, he didn't have nothing good to say about us? I'm done.
So I gotta say this, and then I'm gonna go to everybody else because they wanted to jump in to talk to you, and I appreciate all of you guys for letting this happen. We're gonna stay friends.
We all friends after.
No, we're gonna stay friends after this. So everybody is rational. We're having a good conversation, and I do appreciate the fact the way you and Mr. Fantastic went at this. But I gotta ask you before I go to Brian, because I know he's been champing at the bit to come in and say something to you. There's a guy by the name of Kevin Samuels. He died, and when he died, black folks seem to take this weird stance of it was funny he died too. These are the same people who are now asking for empathy. And then I wrap it up with this. There's a new commercial, and you guys can go look at it. it actually backed up what I said and what Kelly Price said about black folks being really mean towards each other. Do you know there's an Allstate commercial where the black guy's driving up with his new truck and he says, I have a nice new truck. And there's this woman and this man standing there. And he says, yeah, I can drive it on all terrains. And she said, you mean your auntie house? And then the next thing they asked, they said, and why is it something so back so far? And she says, it's like his hairline. And I sit there and thought, I said, there's no white commercial like this. Who sanctioned this black commercial of where it said family members just sit there and insult each other like this? So I had to ask you, Cap. Yeah, we may be laughing at the white guy, but I think what Mr. Fantastic is saying, this still says a lot more about us, because it almost seems like the way that we handle things is to be this way so it can even be turned back on us in this instant where maybe empathy isn't required or even asked for. Yeah. But we seem to be a people that like to gloat about things we didn't even cause.
Well, I think that I wouldn't have used Kevin Samuels because Kevin Samuels kind of helped the argument or even make it even more even, that it has nothing to do. You can argue that it's not even a white thing. Then it's not because Charlie's white, because it was only one set of black people that was trying to make fun of the brother's death, and then one set of black people defending the brother against him. So it was primarily black women that was speaking against, what's the brother name? Kevin Samuels. It was primarily black women that was speaking against him, which goes to the reasoning when anybody dies, if anybody goes to jail, if anything happens to anybody, in your death, how you lived in your life is how people are going to mourn or think about you. And when you are a public figure, even in life, that same demographic was the main ones that was talking. They all in their feelings. They was emotional about them, XYZ. So if anything, that shows that that's just what people do. But what I don't like is like to make it seem like white people don't do the same thing. There's a movie coming out right now. I can't remember the name of it. It's this white man. He sleeps with two women in the same night. Fuck them both raw. They get pregnant. And they turn it into a beautiful love story of how this white man got these two white women pregnant. They bring around their family. They turn into a great novel. If that was black people, it wouldn't be perceived that way. It would be perceived as some trash shit. Because for some reason, when black people do things and any other race of people do things, when black people be normal, whether you agree with that level of normalcy or not, it's looked at as something far worse than what everybody else does. So I don't think
but don't we do that though? Like, it wouldn't be white people that turn it to a bad thing. We'd be the first ones to say it was a bad thing. That's why I was pointing out these other things. We're kind of the first ones to do it. We would do a movie about these two people, and it'd be they would Tyler Perry it up, drama, she throwing ice and shit. It wouldn't be they made it into a nice looking thing and white people would say it wasn't. Do you think that what you think it really would be? We make things nice, white people turn it against us?
Well, we're black, so we have our own way of doing things. They have their own way of doing things. What I'm pointing out is that only one side is vilified for doing the same things. So they'll look at the white way as classy, the black way as assy. That's my point. But it's the same exact thing. So like everybody is trying to condemn black people, and most black people that I know of, whatever opinion they have of Charlie, the first thing I've yet to hear a black person say that he deserved to be unalived. I've yet to hear that. I've heard that. I've only heard black people say he shouldn't have died, but I don't give a fuck. He shouldn't have died.
I've heard you definitely heard
the only extent I got is people say God killed his ass as soon as he brought up gang violence. I have, if you want to say they put it on God and say God did it.
No. We're telling you.
I'm not saying y'all haven't. I'm only speaking, it's my experience. I haven't heard that. But I've primarily heard, listen, I heard a pastor say, I don't glorify in his death, but how you live in your life is how you get remembered in death. I don't know why we would expect for the opposite people of what he was attacking to have any remorse that he's dying. Like, why? When they don't have no remorse for Trayvon was an innocent young brother, and they got Skittles and Arizona cans, took pictures with him. Why did Charlie have to say anything about George Floyd's death? So now the man that died said disparaging things about black people. You can call it sound bites, you can call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. So you can't expect the people that he's attacking to give a fuck that he died. I'm not. Jewish people don't give a fuck. When a German gets, I'll end with this. When a German gets locked up, matter of fact, they make sure they lock up 90-year-old Germans. They don't give a fuck. And a Jewish person is never looked at wrong. When a Jewish person makes sure you don't glorify nothing German, nobody says nothing. And that was like 50, 60 years ago. This nigga talked about niggers 2 weeks ago and then lost so much blood he died. And y'all want black people to care. The white people, y'all should have had blood banks on deck just in case he lost blood.
Hey, how it works, Cap. Go ahead, young lady. Then I will let Brian go. Go ahead, Melanie. You had a question.
No, I just wanted to say I've been watching his clips. I don't see how he attacked us. By the things that he was saying, what was he attacking? If you're listening to what he's saying with emotional ears, then you feel attacked. But if you're thinking logically, there was nothing wrong with the things that he was saying, even to the point of the black women not being educated. We've all discussed that they're the most enrolled, but in topics that don't matter. So what is the problem? Even when he's talking about there only being 3% of black airline men, what is the problem with him not feeling comfortable with us flying the plane when we don't make sure that our kids are being raised up enough for this to be their dream job? They want to be football players, rappers, and strippers. So what is the problem with what he's saying? I haven't heard one clip yet that offended me or bothered me.
Like, do we, Cap? She got a point. Do we get mad if somebody say, "Well, I don't have a point"? If a white person made the potato salad, we probably won't eat it. Will we get? Are we racist for saying this?
That man talked bad about Martin Luther King. That DEI, where he said, if I see a black person, I wonder if they're a DEI higher. He didn't bring up the 3%. He don't want you to know that it's only 3% of black people that are pilots. I know that it's 3% of black people because when white people talk, I know they lying half the time. So there's no way in the entire fuck that if you see a black airplane pilot, that's a DEI hire. And that's also to disrespect the FAA as if they got a separate test that black pilots take that's different from white pilots. As I mentioned earlier, as if the history of black pilots in America has been bad. Just show me the bad history of pilots. Of black.
But you're talking about a different generation, though. They're not building men like those men anymore. So how is what he's saying about right now invalid?
It's just real quick. So 3% is DEI hires. So the 97% of white people that are working a job is not. They're going to be bothered by the 3%. If it was like, let's say if it was like 25%, 30% black people, and he made that statement, then maybe. But the nigga made a statement over 3%. So what essentially saying, I needed to be 99% white people and then 1% black people. And then what that also says, all these fucking plane crashes that have occurred are more than likely by the very dynamic that he said he's more comfortable being hired by. You can't even say don't put the crashes on black people now because we're only 3% pilots. So all these crashes are white people unqualified to fucking fly. We gonna blame white people. Y'all should thank the Lord when y'all see a white man because them 97% of white men is crashing planes like a motherfucker. That's what the fuck.
Yeah. So
You should be looking for a fucking black man to fly that plane. He should be looking at that. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. You are the Michael Jordan because he's 3%. That 3% is Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. You should be looking for them motherfuckers to fly the plane because white people can't fly planes. They can't fly planes. 97% of them crashes got to be their fault. It can't. Don't put it on black people.
Yeah, so this is the thing, right? So he wasn't just randomly given that. He was asked a question that was in a debate, and it was directly to
it was dumb. It was ignorant though.
Well, no, it wasn't ignorant.
If he played on our ignorance.
Well, no, I don't even think it was a play on ignorance. It was actually real time debate and the answer given to a question about DEI, and in reference to, I think it was either Delta or one of the airlines that had a promotion for saying they were more concerned with demographics and identification than qualification. So if that's the argument you're having, that's not a bad argument. You see what I'm saying? Because that's one of the
arguments. Say that one more time, Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, he made a good point. Go say it again. That was a good point. I did it again.
Okay, well, yeah. So what he was saying, he was directly talking to someone's a question or whatever about DEI, and one of the airlines had put out something about them, being inclusive and looking for people for identity politics and things like that. In a occupation where so many people's lives depend on it, I don't give a fuck what your color is, right? It should only be qualification based only, because it's such a niche and a very, like you say, a very small percentage. Even though 97% of the pilots are pilots, they're also less than 1% of the population also. You see what I'm saying? So that's extremely niche and extremely need for expertise. Like you said, I got 20 years aviation experience in the military. Right, so you don't just become a pilot overnight. Okay, there's so many things you have to do. You have to keep up flight hours, even if it's in sims and all these different things. So I agree with what you're saying, but what he's saying again is being kind of taken out of context, and it wasn't just his jab at black people. It was something he was directly asked, and he's in a debate forum. So I mean,
you kept it hard for this devil that died from blood loss. If he says, if I see a black person and I have to wonder why, he is taking a jab at black people. And then when hold on, Cap. It's not a smart enough jab.
Well,
hold on, Cap. I gotta say this. Listen, you remember it happens to me a lot. Someone will ask me a question, I'll answer the question. They will then play what I said. You smarter than Charlie Time. You smarter. I know, but I'm saying, like, they've taken plenty of things and said he ain't even living. You smarter. I'm not that big. Pause. Yeah, the thing is, I'm not as long as Charlie. Pause. Come on. Tommy said that one I don't have as much girth as he had in the business. Wait, what? But no, I'm saying there is times that you got to understand, and I don't know, but I believe they've done it to you. Take what you said out of context because someone asked you something very specific, and you answered what they asked you. It wasn't even that you were giving your feelings. And that's why I do believe when you hear that whole quote, he said, matter of fact, if you go listen to the whole thing, he said, I don't even feel that way, but it's messed up that sometimes you would have to think this. If their plan is, let's put these black people here because we need more of them. You know why? Because 97% of them white men crash in planes. That's why we need. No, I'm just telling you. That's why he said it. There is context. I know the things you're saying, but there is context that he's saying it because that's what he was asked. That man said, "You're more than likely, white individuals are more likely to be attacked, especially per capita, by black individuals in this country." That's like me. That's like me if I said, we are more likely to get shot by a white man or more likely to have a crime committed to us by a white man than a black man. Y'all be like, hey, Cap, it was nice knowing you. I'm going to have to get you off this live stream because that shit was absolutely stupid what you just said. All races of crime, when it comes to crime, all races dominate their own race because that's your proximity. So Asians are going to...
Yeah, but that wasn't the dynamic he was saying, though. He was saying interracial crime, not intra. So he was specifically talking about interracial crime as to where there are more black people that commit violent crime against white than white that commits violent crime against black. Cap. That's factual. Cap. Well, if you say it's cap, it's cap. But I mean, I appreciate that. Hold on. Wait. So now
I'll look at it.
So hold on. So now we saying, so that's what I'm saying. So if we're gonna say this, we're gonna throw all the stats away. So now we can't call white folks child molesters no more. We can't call them mass shooters. We can't call them school
Here's
shooters.
what we can say. When it comes to crime, those crimes are arrests, not convictions. And at the same time, when you add the convictions, the most exonerated people for crimes they didn't commit is also Black people. So we lead in the number one race of people exonerated for crimes that we did not commit. In New York,
right?
For years, they had stop and frisk where they was locking up people for crimes they knew they didn't commit. They locked this brother Khalif Browder up for. Matter of fact, there's an Israelite nigga named Nathaniel that it was a police detective in New York City, and even his Israelite ass locked up 2 niggas for a crime he knew they didn't commit. They had to sue the city and won against the city. So we're the most profiled, the most exonerated. So our arrests, you can't look at them statistics and say, well, the stats don't lie. The stats do lie because the stats are not real time, where this brother wasn't speeding. This brother didn't have the gun. This brother didn't have the drug. This brother didn't have that. So you can't just look at numbers and then go by that.
I actually built a presentation all about what Cap was saying. I don't know who's next, but
is it one that I can put up here? You have it?
Yeah, I put it in the presentation.
Is that it?
No, next one, first one.
That one?
Yeah. So, like Cap was saying, right? According to the FBI Uniform Crime Reporting, which is the same stat they get when they talk about Black people, in 2019, 59.1% of violent crimes arrests was by white individuals. This is from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The data also shows 33% of those arrests were by Black or African American persons. For rape arrests of adults in 2019, about 69.6% of arrests were white persons. About 26.8% were Black or African American. So yes, the 59.1% figure is a realistic statistics, but it's specifically about arrests, like Cap was saying, not convictions or proven crime rates. It's not a statement about who actually committed all violent crimes, just who was arrested, right? Let's go to the next slide. So I got that there. So why did Charlie Kirk make an argument about the crime going on in their community? Because one could say they have a great crime going on over there, or SA crime going on over there in the white community. Why he did not make that when he's speaking to his conservative base? Remember, he's saying things to his conservative base because his base wants to hear that. So if he's targeting Black people, why he did not target his own community when talking about crime? Let's continue.
Hold on, before you finish, let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
What's your lineage? I'm fucking with you. Go ahead. Where your family from? This is Tether Babble. I know Tether Babble when I hear it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Arrest doesn't equal prosecution or conviction. Many arrested individuals are never convicted, charged, dropped. Plea deals is sufficient evidence, like Cap was saying, right? The most important part, 50 white. So this is the most important part, because when they talk about Black people and the 12% and what they say, 12% commit 50% of the crimes, and I think Media Man has broken that down to the fraction already. If white people are 58% of the population, and white persons are getting arrested for 69.6% of the adult rape arrests, why they're not being targeted for maybe there's more rape going on in their community? They're the bigger dominant group. They're bigger than Black people. Black people, our crimes is concentrated in neighborhoods. They're spread out across the country. Who's more dangerous?
Yeah, so just real quick, it is why, and shout out to you, brother, for taking the time to put together a PowerPoint for us. I ain't got class tonight, but now I got class tonight. I want an A for participation. But nah, man. Again, and it's not a slight or a dig at nobody, but you made us look bad with that just alone, because if you go back to the last, well, I'm explaining it, brother.
Oh, go ahead.
So they're 58% of the population, but they apply for 69% of the rapes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So percentage wise, that's like an extra, I don't know, maybe 25% or something. if you look at ours, we're 12%, but we represent almost 30% of rapes. So that gets to the per capita argument, and that's why I'm saying people really need to stay away from statistics if you don't understand statistics. And that is the argument that Charlie Kirk is making.
Yep.
Right now, I think it's fucked up. Let me be clear. I think it's fucked up because I totally agree. He was placating to his base and throwing them the red meat of black people, being criminals, right, or committing all this crime, right. But what I'm saying is, though, by the numbers, and then too, if we get it, so now, if you also you say 33%, right? So 33% arrests, I think we cap, what is it, 38% in prisons, right?
But remember, he said exonerated.
No. This is what I'm saying. But listen, what I'm saying. Listen.
So
when the numbers up, even still, I was trying to get touch bases. I think it's somewhere like 38%, right? So what I'm saying is, even arrests are going to be somewhere near and close to what's the name? Now 55% of exonerations doesn't mean 55% of niggas are exonerated. So when we start having these conversations, a lot of people don't understand the numbers and they make them sound like, and I'm not saying you guys are saying this, but people run around just, playing telephone, not understanding what they're saying. So there's a very, very small percentage of people that are exonerated, period. Okay. And just in the legal system.
And I think
55% is a large percentage, but go ahead. My bad.
I was going to say, I think what you're saying is important. That's my whole reason why I talk about the stats. The reason why I bring up the stats and point out arrests, false arrests, exonerations is to throw it out the window. Because let's say you take that 13%, but then we say there's 49 million black people in America, but there's only, I think, 5,000 murders. Now, I'm not saying that murder is okay, but now when you look at 49 million and there's only 5,000, are we as violent as they try to portray us to be? Because there's no. So I'm kind of like I'm agreeing with you as well as you're agreeing with me. But the point that I'm talking about with Charlie placates, like you just said, to the red meat. So he placates to knowing as long as he has them talking points, he'll galvanize his core audience that wants to vilify black people, which goes right back to why black people don't give a fuck that he died from blood loss. That's right.
No, Mr. Fantastic.
Okay, my point.
Yeah, Brian been waiting for a while. Let Brian jump in. He's been waiting for a while. Go ahead, Brian.
So if you look at going back to your initial point, Cap, about the Tuskegee Airmen. The Tuskegee Airmen came about because they were black pilots, which means they went through the pilot program. There was no DEI for the Tuskegee Airmen. Yes, they were excellent, exemplary pilots, and they have a great record. They earned it. So, in you saying that the pilots that were flying back then for the Tuskegee Airmen, they were some badass motherfuckers. Absolutely. What the DEI thing was, it wasn't just about pilots. It was about getting them into the FAA, the whole aeronautical part of it being whether they're in the towers, air traffic controllers, and all of that. Here's how they got black credit, if you will. When you take a specific test, a lot of tests, especially at a government-based test, you get points. Like, for instance, if I'm going for a law enforcement test and I'm taking that test, if I've had previous experience, I get points towards my score because I have served in the military. What DEI did, and what the problem that he was saying, this is why it's so important to listen to the whole argument instead of just taking off the bits and pieces. The whole argument is that you should not get points because of the color of your skin. You should not get points because of the choice of who you decide to sleep with and where your genitals go at night. You should not get points for that. That's what DEI did. Ketanji Jackson, DEI hired. Why? Because Joe Biden said, I'm going to get a black woman to be a Supreme Court justice. So fuck all the qualifications, fuck the law school, fuck all of this. If you black and you're a woman, you are now in the running to become a Supreme Court justice. That makes no sense. He did the same thing for vice president. I'm going to get a black female vice president. Oh, so fuck who's qualified. If you are black and a woman, you're in the running automatically above everyone else to be considered for this particular position. Why do we need to do that if we have the Tuskegee Airmen who went and did the job and were great at it. That's all the argument was about DEI. No, I don't want a motherfucker getting free points because they black to fly my plane. I don't give a fuck who is flying, whether you Asian, Hispanic, or whatever the case may be. The point wasn't about black folks flying. The point was about people getting credit because of the color of their skin or their gender or their sexuality being pushed into a space because of it. I do think that's wrong, and I don't think we should do things like that because it weakens the quality of the candidates. So that 3% of pilots, yes, the reason why ain't a lot of black pilots is because niggas ain't going to be pilots. There's plenty of people that can fly a plane. Go and learn and go to pilot school and become a pilot. That's all you got to do. If you can't afford it, go into the military and learn how to fly planes. That's all you have to do, and that was the point that he was making. We're taking it out of context because it is easier and it does make the argument when you just take the bits and pieces out of it and put the fire on that part. So it does sound fucked up.
When
I agree with you. I agree with you, but Son just asked a very good question. And let me tell you something. I didn't know it, but I thought about it. So we'll do it next Tuesday when we do the show. People ask, like the people in the crowd, they want to sometimes call in and ask each one of us when we're up here questions. And I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have it the way y'all can call in and ask questions. But he asked this question of you, Brian. Said, why didn't he use white women? If that's the case, he didn't have to use black people or a black pilot. He could have said, when I see a woman pilot. Why did he not say a woman?
I don't know why. And I would say that's the point to argue. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying this white boy ain't above reproach and we shouldn't say shit about him. I'm saying if you're going to challenge what he said, challenge the fucking argument. Challenge the whole argument, not just the one-liners that sound juicy on MSNBC, that sound juicy on The View. That's what we're doing. And when we are not informed and we gonna choose that path, okay, fine, then let it just be up and let it be a fucking free fall. Because at the end of the day, when the comparison of Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, all them niggas did shit. This nigga didn't do nothing but run his mouth, and people came back and said, well, you know, your words got consequences. Okay, so we gonna play that game, and if words got consequences, and I'll land with this, if words got consequences, then that gives a free for all for anybody that says some shit I don't like. I get to shoot they motherfucking ass, whether they're just speaking or whether they're doing something wrong. It don't matter. I don't like the way you talk. You upset me and hurt my feelings, so I'm gonna do something to you. Case in point. What if somebody
said that has to do with black folks because we didn't do it to him?
Yes, and I'm fine with that. All I'm saying is if you're gonna make the statement of just saying like he racist, what he said was racist, and that shit got him unalive.
What you just said was racist. What you just said was racist.
Just let me finish this. What if I decided to say, well, hey, I'm a major stockholder in Target, and the bullshit that Jamal Bryant did and the bullshit that Al Sharpton did fucked with my stock, so now I'm gonna unalive their ass. Niggas would have a fucking fit if that happened. Because what? Because he decided to protest the company, I lost money, so I should kill him. If we're gonna keep it a buck and keep it across the board like that, I'm fine with it. I just think we're gonna lose if we try to play that game.
What you said was racist. You said Trayvon did something. Trayvon didn't do shit but try to go home. Trayvon, if that nigga George Zimmerman can call fucking 911, then Trayvon wasn't doing shit. And if the caller can say, don't pursue him, and he's still,
that's not illegal.
You
just 911 dispatcher don't get to tell 911 dispatcher don't get to tell me to do shit.
You're right. But if you said Trayvon was fucking with him, that's what just came out of your racist mouth.
He went back.
He attacked him, man.
You can't say
he went back and fuck with him. Yes.
The nigga was follow. There's no way in the entire fuck you can call 911. And if he wouldn't have pursued him, Trayvon would be alive. George Zimmerman wouldn't have the reputation he has.
Trayvon
didn't do shit. Trayvon didn't do anything. And you said the Tuskegee Airmen was not DEI. When anybody can look up the Tuskegee Airmen, it was all about proving that they could do the white man's job. That is the
That's not DEI though.
that is the
No, but they still have to go through the same process.
dude. I let you go uninterrupted. You said it was not a DEI. Anybody look it up. It says the Tuskegee Airmen were the first black military aviators in the U.S. Armed Forces, serving during World War II and proving that African Americans could fly combat missions. So they only got the job to see if they was qualified.
No, that's not accurate.
They earned
No,
it, though, man.
Cap, I can't let you do that, Cap. No, I can't let you do that.
They earned it, man.
That's not true at all. That's not true, bro.
They didn't just get a training. Y'all figure it out, bro.
I didn't say that they didn't go through training. I didn't say none of that. But the initial reasoning was not because they thought they were skilled. The initial reasoning.
That's not DEI though, man.
Yeah,
That's what you getting credit and preferred treatment because of that, then yes, that is DEI. Just because you black and you get an opportunity, don't make it DEI.
No problem. And the fucked up part about it is nepotism has existed with white people in America since America. And y'all motherfuckers up here complaining on the subject of airplane pilots over 3%
No, we're having a debate.
You are. The fact that
you missed the argument of what I said. It wasn't just pilots.
How about I listened to your whole talk, and you're trying to defend that Charlie when he said, "If I see a black pilot, I wonder if he's qualified." 1 second. Yeah. Hey, hold on. I got to put a movie on for my boy. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Well, hold on a second. I do want to put something on the stage right quick. Young lady, Miss Mellon, wanted me to play something. I don't know what it is. It might be her naked. Let's see what it is.
That black-only dormitories is wrong.
It certainly creates a sense of community. I don't see any problem with that.
Are there differences between races?
No, not biologically.
Then why would we have different dormitories for races?
Culture.
Segregation is what you're arguing for, my friend.
No, sir.
How is it not segregation to have blacks in their own dorm? Ibram X. Kendi argues, who is one of the leading thinkers of critical theory, discrimination today to atone for discrimination of yesterday. We have black-only graduation ceremonies at Columbia University, black-only dormitories across the country, for example, at Western Washington University. Can you join me today in saying black-only dormitories are evil, wrong, and it's segregation? Would you support white-only dormitories?
Everybody has a choice.
So I think white-only and black-only anything is evil and wrong. That's why I hate critical theory and critical race theory, because when it's put in practice, you start to discriminate people based on race. So we're now south of the Mason-Dixon line in North Carolina. We did a lot of work to get rid of segregation in this country. Why are you trying to bring it back?
What work?
The Civil Rights Act of 1964.
In this state?
Yeah, actually in this state. Are there black-only bathrooms out there I'm unaware of, or white-only bathrooms?
Nah.
Right. A lot of work was done in this state.
Fuck you, your face is small.
Well, thanks for being here. They always go to insults when they lose the argument. God bless you, my friend.
That was
Wow.
a black woman, Tommy. She would have said your dick small.
Right? Yeah. Hey, I just got to say, first off, Melanie,
highlight black woman in that argument when that's a white
Tommy,
person that did it.
that's actually happened with Tommy.
he was making a joke. He's making a joke.
Tommy has
That's the problem.
that's happened 1,000 times with Tommy. I mean, it's the truth though. Am I lying, Tommy?
Yeah, because and
the
I
white
think what
man
he's
is
trying to point out.
disrespectful. We got to put it on black people. We can't let this
Well, no,
man be
I'm speaking off
disrespectful.
of facts though. I'm speaking off of a factual.
Not in that video. In that video, let it be on a white person. Like, let the white person own that they're ignorant just like black people are. That'd be my issue with niggas. Every time a white person is ignorant, you had to throw a black woman in there. Why the fuck what a black woman ain't got shit to do? That the whole reason we having this fight is because a white man killed Charlie and black people mad because black people don't give a fuck. And when this white man called that white man ignorant, you still put it on a black person. That's
Wait,
wrong with y'all niggas.
What he said was ignorant. That whole statement that he just said was ignorant.
No,
That
when that white man said that smart remark to Charlie, you said if that was a black woman, he would have said he got a little dick. What a black woman got to do with the conversation? A black woman has nothing to do with the conversation.
I didn't talk about
So
Charlie.
then why you throw a white person? Why you throw a black person in there?
I said that was Tommy making that statement that a black woman would have told me he had a small dick.
What does black people have to do with two white people talking?
It was a joke. It was a joke.
And that's the problem. We become the joke of everything. Instead of letting it stay on white people and their problems, we gotta find a way to throw niggas in there. There was no reason to put a black woman in there. No reason. And that's the issue that I have with black people. This is a white on white problem that black people are now being vilified because we don't say, oh, Charlie shouldn't have died. Charlie said something good about not having black schools and white schools and having mixed schools. So let's not say anything. Just some coon shit.
I got to throw in the young lady. I know you got a chance to watch it, Cap. I'm going to ask the young lady, Melvin, first off, thank you. That was a great find for sending that to me. It kind of shows a side of Charlie that they don't show. Like he's actually defending blacks and their equality in the United States. Why do you think they don't show that one?
Because that would show that he's not a racist. He discussed topics. Like, I don't understand why he's being labeled as a racist for responding questions with direct answers. He's not trying to, well, he's just answering the questions that's being asked to him. There's several clips I've watched. I don't understand how he's being labeled as a racist.
Tommy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, man. I have watched plenty of Charlie Kirk. So I'm gonna speak to you. I'm gonna be straight up correct with you. Charlie was doing God's work because he was going to the youth. He was meeting the youth. To be honest with you, the two main topics that Charlie actually spoke about, where you didn't even have to ask him a question about it, was college is a ripoff, and he would tell the kids why. He would say, you got to take all these electives and spend all this money. You get $200,000 in debt. You'd be better off just going to start your career and going into a trade or something like that. That was his number one talking point outside of religion. Everything else that Charlie talked about, he was asked about. So unlike, like you got your show and you'll say, I only want people to disagree, and people come up there and they be agreeing with you. When Charlie had the mic open, 99.9%, maybe even 100% of the time I watched the shows, everybody who stepped up to the mic had a disagreement. They would set the topic and ask the question. Charlie never went in and said, I just want to talk about black people being criminals. No, somebody from the audience would take the mic and they would accuse him of something and say something to him. And then, to be straight up honest with you, I think Charlie might have been watching your ass, because he would speak back to them stats that I would hear on your show 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'd be like, wait a minute, this nigga got this shit. But I would sit back and I would tell my buddy, I said, I think Charlie be watching Tommy, or he's watching somebody. Yeah, I said,
everybody watch Tommy.
Yep, I said that motherfucker's watching Tommy, or he's watching someone in Tommy's ilk. But I would only get mad when he would get the stat wrong. He'll come out and say 80% of them are in fatherless households. And I'll be like, nah, Tommy said like 74, 75. But then you'll watch him at another campus. He'll say, well, it's 74 or 75. And he'll correct himself. And I'm like, yeah, this nigga watching Tommy, or he's watching, he's watching Tommy, but the motherfucker ain't wrong. And they would ask him. And then what he would say is this. Like one of his last shows I watched, this dude told people, he said, you want the best of the best. He said, do you know why 75%? I think he said it was like 75% of the players in the NBA are black. Why? Because you want the best damn players. Then he said 50% of them in the NFL are black men. Why? Because you want the best. You want the best in everything. So that dude didn't just come out and just make a topic about black people. People would ask him, and he would say, he would give all type of information and say, hey, for a black kid growing up in a crime-ridden neighborhood, the best thing they can do is finish high school, don't have kids out of wedlock, and find a goddamn job. He would name these things that were really beneficial, but they were the ones posing the question. If nobody asked this dude about black people, he wouldn't say shit. That's how his goddamn shows work. Now, when you go back to the air traffic, the airline pilots, there's a better stat out there that you can argue. It's the air traffic control. Pete Buttigieg, under his administration, got $80 billion. $80 billion over those 4 years from Biden. He invested that all into DEI.
And that's when the planes start fucking running with each other.
He didn't improve any infrastructure, anything, the radars, nothing like that. He didn't do shit. He said, we're going into DEI, and Trump's administration them pulled out. Matter of fact, there's a lawsuit going on of all the white people who didn't get hired as air traffic controllers, because they said the policy was don't hire them if they white. Now, if you look a little further deep into it, there was actually a black guy, and I can't remember what it was, but he was basically helping black folks pass the test. It was all over the news and on the internet. You could look it up. This dude was telling them, hey man, if you need to pass the test, this is how you pass. He was basically giving them answers to how they can get past. And I'm pretty sure somebody on this panel probably saw that shit. But the bottom line was, it was Pete Buttigieg's policy: do not hire these white people. The issue with that was this: a lot of these white people will spend money out of their pocket to go get training on their own dime. So then when they applied for the job, they had a heads up because they were already certified. It's like if you go to a factory and you want to drive the forklift and you already got your certification, you should be ahead of everybody. Everybody knows that. What Pete Buttigieg did said was like, man, fuck all that. We only hiring DEI. This is what's gonna be. So all those air traffic control people who got passed up, Trump's administration is being sued for that right now. That was under Biden. So, and then when you go back to the airplane thing, Cap, you gotta think about it, man. We got a motherfucking movie called Soul Plane. We who wants Snoop Dogg flying a motherfucking plane? We always make fun of each other about shit that black people shouldn't be doing. Now I know it's just jokes, but we make jokes about shit that we know we have no business fucking doing. And then we get mad when people look at us and say, well, that's what y'all put out there. It's like if you put the loud fat woman on every TV show, you can't get mad when everybody say all black women are rude. Why? Because on every show y'all on, y'all play that fucking role.
Yeah.
That's the role we play. And then you get mad when someone judges you. You can't blame nobody for judging you for that, man. Just like the airline, like I'm not questioning the color of the airline pilot, but ain't none of us flying on Spirit. We ain't jumping on
all the time.
Look, well, my thing is this though. I don't know what color the pilot is. I just know that niggas fly Spirit, so I don't fuck with it. Just like on Carnival Cruise, I'm not going on Carnival Cruise because of niggas. So I'm just keeping it real. We all know, goddamn, my Cap. The thing about it is this, dude. We can't put something out there to the public to digest and get mad when they shit it out.
Company and made it be niggerish. That's what you just did. As if only black people, because Spirit is cheaper than other planes, that only black people fly that. That's what you just did. But real quick, that video clip that y'all played about civil rights, has Charlie ever said civil rights was a mistake and Martin Luther King was awful too? Yes or no?
Yeah, he said it.
So what the fuck are we talking about? Listen, the white man is a devil for a reason. A devil is speak.
Hold on. Let me ask you, do you believe civil rights? Let me ask you, Cap. Do you believe civil?
Don't do that. Don't put this on black people. This ain't about black people right now. Don't do that, Tommy.
Well, no blacks. I'm asking, if we're saying he's racist for thinking that, then what are we?
I'm
if
not
we believe
bringing it up. I'm not bringing this particular point to say whether he's racist or not. But you just played a video where he was applauding civil rights and how we made this change. But then in 2023, in a Wired magazine, he said Martin Luther King was awful, not a good person, and civil rights acts of 1965 outlawed. I apologize. He said, I have a very, very radical view, but I can defend this, and I've thought about it. We made a huge mistake when we passed the Civil Rights Act in the 1960s, is what he said. So he called Martin Luther King awful, civil rights awful. Now, let's say if he got a difference of opinion on civil rights, I believe calling Martin awful, and then you want me to believe like Martin is like the pinnacle for perfect nigger. He's the poster child for it. He didn't believe in nothing but black people, white people, Jews, Gentiles, Protestants, Christians, etc. getting along. And then you want me to believe that him calling him awful means he's not. He could have disagreed with him without calling him awful. So it's hard.
You know the mistake that he made though, Cap? That he said he made?
What mistake?
The mistake Martin Luther King said that he made.
What, you asking me?
So Martin Luther King, yeah, I'm asking you, do you, as far as when he
died, it's about towards the end, when he said, I feel like I'm leading my people into a burning house?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, I think that's where the argument is.
That's not his argument.
I'm not saying that.
Boy,
no, listen.
man.
No, listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying that is where the argument is.
You saying
as opposed
Charlie's
to
argument?
saying,
Are you saying that?
No. I'm saying that if you're going to talk about what somebody said, make it about the argument as opposed to saying, well, because you said this, you said that this person has to be racist because you just said he used the same thing to justify what he was saying as far as black dorms and white dorms, and then he turned around and said Martin Luther King was
and
was
said
awful.
civil rights was bad. So
And
he didn't say that.
Okay, if he's saying that, I don't know exactly what the context was in him saying it. I'm going to give you that and say that that's what he said, and that's how it came across. Fine. All I'm saying is I believe that that's where the argument lies, as opposed to just saying this person is a racist. When you're throwing that around, just have that to back it up your argument, as opposed to just rolling with it and say, oh yeah, he did, so that's why it is what it is. That's not the smart thing to do, like you were talking about before. If you're gonna make the argument, make it about the argument, not just because this black boy said this.
But this argument, I'm showing how he flip-flopped. Like, I'm consistent. What you find me saying in 2009 when
why don't you play exactly what he said?
I don't have the video, I just have the clip. That's why I read it.
I will say you did say it though. Like it did there. You can search it.
Yeah, if you
No. Play what he said though. Play what he said.
Listening is an art, nigga. I said I don't have the video.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the other guy. I'm talking to the other guy, nigga.
I'll put it in the back. Oh, I think maybe somebody just did it right now.
Yeah, and when you go to the Wire magazine, it actually shows in 2015 he called him a hero. In 2015 he called Martin a hero. 2022 called him a civil rights icon. In December 2023 he called him awful. So I wasn't bringing that. Now my position on Charlie is clean. He's a racist. But on the point of the video that was brought up to show what he said about civil rights, he's not consistent. I'm showing his lack of inconsistency on his position. You can't say
his lack of consistency. You can't say it's lack of
it's not Well, I'll say this. Let me say this real quick. So again, I don't think a lot of us knew what MLK was doing. I didn't know that MLK was on them hoes like that until I got grown.
And nobody talk about it.
And nobody talks about it. And it's not speculation. It's not. Let me finish real quick. It's not speculation. It's factual. And what Charlie Kirk was speaking to was that Charlie Kirk was speaking to the Christian aspect of it, him being a married man and him repeatedly cheating on his wife. Okay, that's what he wasn't talking about from a racial aspect. Now we get into the civil rights thing or whatever.
He didn't know that in 2022.
Yeah,
he didn't know that.
I'm gonna ask you, when did you know? When did you know that MLK was on them hoes?
I knew it when did you find it in high school.
Well, I didn't find this out until I was a grown man.
I knew that MLK. I knew he was into them hoes in high school. I knew that he said the burning book.
Wait! Don't say that. No, he was not into no high school hoes.
No.
But
okay, let me Tommy. When
you said he was into them hoes in high school, you gotta be specific, man.
When I
just real quick, Cap, I'm gonna throw you alley-oop on this one, Cap. Who was he fucking them hoes with?
The rest of them niggas.
Yes.
No, not the niggas. No.
With other white men?
With JFK. Him and JFK was fucking them hoes together.
Now that part I did not know till today. I never knew that he was banging it with JFK.
That's why JFK. That's why Jacqueline Onassis said the same thing, something similar. When him and JFK would get together, they would go running them hoes.
But it would be hard for me to believe that Charlie didn't know that in 2015 and
you didn't know. So what I'm saying is this, right?
He was like
this is we're gonna give Charlie all the credit in the world show. Tommy, retitle this shit. Tommy, retitle this goddamn show right now.
I don't want niggas to love the white man.
Wait, what you call the show again?
Nigga love the white man.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. So Cap,
I don't even remember.
Hold on. Cap want me to name this show Niggas put on their cape.
Yeah, niggas is putting their cape on. I need to retitle my live stream.
Hey, Cap, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Dion. What's up?
Hey, no. I'm not on the civil rights thing. Like I told you, I listen to Charlie Black.
Civil rights.
Hold on. I listen to him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of clips out there when he's gone to campuses where civil rights came up. So I don't know which video that someone can find, but the stuff I heard him say about civil rights, I kind of agree with, which I can just only tell you little snippets because that wasn't something that he talked about every time.
I
But
don't want to make.
he said, hold on, let me finish. He said something about civil rights. At one point, his position was civil rights were for black people, but it's been hijacked with this illegal immigration type stuff. So he made some correlation with that. Like it was only for blacks. It wasn't supposed to be. Not everybody can hijack it.
Right.
And then he made another comment I heard him say about civil rights, like holding us back because we ain't be able to progress now because we fall back on everything with civil rights is kind of holding us back. It was something to that effect, but I don't know the exact language, but whatever it was, I couldn't really disagree with the bullshit.
But I'm not saying that there's something that he would say that I would disagree with. Like I talk to racist white people all the time. So I'm not saying it's every time he opened his mouth and spoke, he spoke wrong and racist. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying his overall agenda and persona is going to be perceived that way. The way that he talks, that's his reputation because that's his talking point. That's like me, like y'all may not believe it as much as I talk about white people, man. White people love me for some reason. I don't even know why. I'll give y'all.
My whole thing is,
I'm gonna give you a story. I'm gonna give you a story. When I used to work in corporate America, I worked at this company called Teledynamics. This was like 2017. So I'm like a software networking engineer at the time. And so I'm doing my teachers and shit like that on the weekend. And I remember one day I came into the office and this Puerto Rican cat came in there. He said, Tyree, he said, man, they in there watching your videos. And the whole fucking company is watching my videos, Tommy. And I'm calling the white man the devil. They going in chains. You
just knew your job was.
I started packing my book bag up. I grabbed my book bag, grabbed my laptop, the whole night. And I went into the president of the company who's Jewish, so now he got to hear me say he ain't even a real Jew. I go up in his office and he said, Tyree, we saw the videos that you're talking. You know, we see you doing that on the street. And I was like, yeah, I do that on the street. He said, you don't talk like that here. I said, no. I said, I wouldn't talk like that here because that's not the environment that I'm in. I never lost that job. Actually, when I went to another company, they hired me back because it's not a personal thing like that. So I'm not saying every time I'm not saying that this guy Charlie hated every single black person. I'm not saying he didn't say nothing about black people that ain't true. But if you tell me Charlie's reputation is not anti-black, I'm going to disagree with you.
That Cap.
Let me say this last thing to you. Let me give you this last thing.
Hold on, please. I gotta tell them the truth, Cap. You told me that you went in there and you told that Jewish man, I only say that stuff online because I'm trying to get some attention. I don't mean nothing. You know, I love locking.
Telling my secrets, Tommy. You ain't have to read the live stream now. You ain't supposed to be telling my
you know, you told it, man. You know,
the people hat off and did it too. He was holding his hat in his hand. Like, well,
the people at that job didn't trip about that because it's only black people that get overly sensitive about criticism.
Ooh, come on now.
Yeah, well, hey, let me tell you.
When you're talking about Martin Luther King, one thing that black people need to do, black people need to get off of symbolism over substance and stop telling lies. Martin Luther King was absolutely awful. He's the first recipient of the Margaret Sanger Award.
Damn.
You know what she was about? Called black people weeds and said they needed to be eliminated. He the first one to get the damn award. You know who gave the speech for the award? His wife. He absolutely was awful. He was literally the P. Diddy of his time.
Hey, the black experience of Martin Luther King and the white experience of Martin Luther King are two different things because don't nobody talk about Martin. It is a different experience.
That don't even matter.
It does matter. It does matter.
That nigga ain't shit.
I agree. Listen, again, y'all don't know me. I teach that God killed Martin Luther King if you want to talk about it. But when we talking about the black experience of Martin Luther King and the white experience of Martin Luther King, it's two different things.
Okay, but that doesn't
Can I ask y'all
negate the
this?
fact that doesn't make if you want to point out instances where Charlie Kirk was racist, that's not an instance that makes him
It's not
racist.
the instance that I pulled. The instance I only pulled that because somebody played a video where he was in support of civil rights. So I just read where he loved Martin and then he wasn't in support of civil rights,
Which is
not to show whether he was racist or not, but to show he was a flip flopper. I didn't bring that up to say he was.
That's fair.
You didn't show that though.
Yeah.
No, hold on, wait. He did. Hold on. He's
Now
saying.
don't you play his exact words. Anybody can
Wait.
Out your feelings, nigga.
Wait.
That nigga in his feelings, man. Put your panties back on, man.
Minute.
Nigga, you put yours on.
Wait. Now,
Support the Civil Rights Act.
In spirit, but not how it's written.
Why?
It's too broad and paved its way for the persecution. For example, they're using the Civil Rights Act to put men in locker rooms like Riley was in.
How? Which article?
Article 4 or 5, I think. I actually don't know specifically, but the Civil Rights Act is being used for by the trans movement right now as because they say that they are women, therefore they demand an accommodation of women's rights. Riley can riff on this. They're using the Civil Rights Act literally to have access into men female locker rooms.
So what would you change about the Civil Rights Act?
I wouldn't make it as broad. I would make it much more crisp and concrete, and I wouldn't have it necessarily. I would also get rid of the disparate impact component of the Civil Rights Act. So the biggest problem with the Civil Rights Act, there's 4 components of the beast of anti-racism. There's affirmative action, DEI, disparate impact, and then of course there's a 4th that I'll remember in a second, which is basically disparate impact is that it must be racism if 2 different groups have different outcomes, which of course is outrageous. Disparate impact is the legal theory that undergirds most of the enforcement of the Civil Rights Act.
so
I was right.
Okay, that doesn't sound like racism to me.
That ain't racism, man. That's all I was saying was play what the dude said. That's all I was saying.
Again, I didn't use that for that. That's not what I use for racism.
I know, but I'm saying he's made several comments about civil rights, so you got to actually go out and pull. But if you listen to the entire thing, his message has not changed. He's been steadfast on what he said. That's all I'm saying.
He changed.
Man, look,
y'all arguing the point of racism, and I didn't use that for racism. That's all be clear. So when y'all argue me with that, that's not what I talked about.
Look, I went to.
Can we agree that we should just research it though?
Hold on, I went to school.
When we make a comment about somebody and say this motherfucker did XYZ without actually saying, I don't follow the dude. I don't know what he really said. All I'm saying is let's just go look it up so we can make sure.
I did look it up and I read it.
No.
I think what he's saying is when somebody wrote could still be what they because it's not he didn't write it.
That's
so somebody else wrote it, right?
What he's saying is he don't like civil rights because trans are taking advantage of civil rights.
No. What I'm saying,
it is what he's
what I'm saying is
it's too broad. Ain't that what he's saying? Because
I agree. It's not that deep. Cap is right
now, and a gay nigga shot his ass and killed him, and he died from blood loss. So again, I wasn't bringing that up to say he's racist. That issue, that's a trans issue. That's not
okay. We agree.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? This whole thing about racism. This is what I noticed in this day and age. In this day and age, anything that a white man do or say is considered racist.
That's a lie.
And I have been around some of the most racist white people you could ever meet in your life. And I'm telling you right now, that dude ain't no racist.
And
he may say some shit. He may say some shit that black people don't agree with, and he may say some shit that black people don't like. But a racist, that's a little bit of a stretch.
He said the same shit Tommy said. Straight up.
Can have
so I'm keeping it real. He say some of the same shit that you say, Tommy.
See, see what I mean? That's my point right there. You see that? Angry man capping for massa. See, I'm gonna tell you the truth. What has happened is the world has flipped.
Oh, that ain't in my chat.
That lady said she likes your voice. Why you went straight to the one that said something mean?
because niggas,
angry man. That's in Tommy chat. That's not in my chat. That's Tommy chat.
And that page niggas always tell him.
Check this out. Niggas have become the new racists.
Yep.
And like anytime somebody black, see, this is funny because black folks try to say, oh, we not all the same, we not a monolith. But the moment you have a differing opinion from the collective of black people or whatever black people decide is what it's like black folk have a secret meeting that we all don't know about. And niggas agree on one thing, and then if you disagree with that, all of a sudden you a coon, you a sellout, you tap dance, master, all this goofy shit.
I think everybody should be entitled to their opinion. Like, this ain't a black problem. This is a white man problem. This is a gay white man versus a straight.
It ain't even. It's not that. It's not that.
Yes, it is.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what.
No, I gotta say this, Mr. Fantastic, and he can jump back in on this one because I like that he brought it up and we didn't skip
He's
it.
1,000% correct about that, and I think that's what's being overlooked. And
This is not our problem. Like, and this, if you think about this panel, we spent more time arguing with each other over what we can and cannot say about Charlie instead of the real problem. This is a gay nigga versus a gay white man versus a straight white man. That's the problem.
You got here a little late, Cap. I had a whole can about it.
Yeah, you came late.
Oh, y'all talked about it earlier, Tommy?
Yeah, you came late. Pause.
Hey, I never get pushback from what I say about white people. I only get pushback from what I say about black people.
It's reversed for me. Angry man, all day. I get pushback for what I say about white people all day. I've been having I have had so many black people fight me over this shit.
So can I pose this? When you're talking about what he was saying, as far as the things you disagree with, and just like what Angry Man said, could it be that it's not about him being or anyone being correct 100% of the time? It's about having the conversation to have the dialogue to get to a common ground and a better understanding. Because just like you talked about with the civil rights movement, I don't believe that Martin Luther King set out to do what he did. I think that it started from a good place. I don't think Malcolm X started out and did what he did. I think it started from a good place, and things get perverted when the media and uninformed people are involved in the conversation to create the narrative. My biggest problem with this is you can critique Charlie Kirk all day long. All I'm saying is I want us, as far as black folks, to be mindful of the narrative, because we have a problem with that inherently across the board. We love getting some shit wrong and doubling down, tripling down, and just running off with it and not holding any of us accountable. We let niggas just go off and say the shit. So like you said, the problems and the arguments that you have is with the majority of niggas. The problem that Angry Man has is majority of niggas. The same thing with Tommy. If you go and look at the principle of what they're actually talking about and why they're having the conversation at its core, it's about the civil rights thing being a problem. Not saying black women is the problem and they can fuck this up, or black men did this, Mr. Black is making everything bad. If it's said in that context, look at the whole picture to see why we're having the conversation at all.
No, you know what?
To see what the man's character is about.
Right. For me, when it comes
can I say something? I need to jump in, but I gotta say something. First off,
good job hosting, Tommy, by the way.
Y'all doing an excellent job of talking, because y'all have stayed pretty respectful.
I love all y'all.
Except for Dion.
We still friends afterwards. Don't get mad.
Yeah, Dion and Cap when that was wild. I said, damn, y'all nigga, I'm gonna have to separate.
I ain't got no problem with Cap. I don't have no problem with Cap.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
Hey man, I'll send y'all some oils if you want some oils. Want to smell good? I'll take.
No. I ain't got no problem with you, but it's like what Angry Man was saying that we start the name call like.
Yeah, but hold on.
We can disagree. We ain't got name.
Hold on, but I do gotta say, and I'm sorry that my mic is low. If it is low, I know
your mic is loud.
Okay, cool. I gotta say this. What about this, Cap? And I think Melanie will agree with me. And if she don't kick off,
Cap. What about this, Cap?
I'm gonna say this seriously.
Okay.
What about this part of it? Say black folks know we're already a minority and we already got so many people against us. We got so many guns pointed at us. In this situation, that when you state it has nothing to do with black folks, it's gay folks and all this, why the fuck would we join in? Which is why I said the title like that. Why would we join in and start antagonizing people so they can turn the argument from the gay man, from the white man to us.
Because before they even found out that it was even a gay man, HBCUs already got bomb threats. They was already threatened. The minute
No. The first days it happened, it didn't. It's when so many blacks had started making so many videos. It was after that.
Yep.
They went to the man.
I got to be honest.
So let's go with the
to
notion that the minute that it happened, I think because this wasn't like, he got stabbed or something like that. I think because it happened live and it just became a frenzy. Angry Man didn't even want to do a live stream with me last week. I called Angry Man up. We supposed to do. He said, I can't talk to you, nigga, because Charlie got killed.
You already got people in your chat room that don't like me. Now you gonna lie on me and shit.
I'm just joking with Angry Man, y'all. Just joking. But I think I don't think we realize. Like,
hold on. Make sure you tell the whole thing. Because I said it had just happened.
Right.
And I said, well, I gotta.
He said he got to talk.
I said I got to talk about this
and
topic.
I agreed with him.
Like, I got to talk about it too.
Right.
And I said we can reschedule. Right. And the nigga never hit me back. So I'm like, damn, I guess
that's get back. You got it. That's a good get back. That's a good get back. I give it to you. But I think what we not realizing, right? If you just remove the black white thing, the last time I think Trump and he didn't die was when he got shot in the ear, and even that shook up the media. So I think the reason why everybody had responses is because it's like the first time we done seen an assassin publicly on the internet, like online in the modern age. So you got to expect, and then there's no,
I agree with that.
Right, and there's no police, and there's no policing the internet. So even if,
but why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Yeah,
don't involve us. Look at this. I'm gonna share my screen real quick
policing
and just explain this part.
I'll tell you why they did it.
Wait, I
can tell you why they did it. So look, I agree with Cap. This wasn't a black issue, but the problem was it was a big issue, and black people said, "How can we insert ourselves into this?"
No, that's why. Wait a minute. But that's why I named it.
Wait.
That's why the show title is what it is. I was asking.
Disagree.
If it had nothing to do with us, why in the hell are we so strong? And like it had nothing to do with us. What we should have did was what them black women love doing, saying, I'm having breakfast, I'm eating all those things they like posting. This should have been one where the only thing you said about him was, I'm having macaroni. You should have literally said that's white folks' business.
Right.
If you just had to say something, that would have been the most antagonistic. Like you could have been antagonistic, like white people do, without being the way that we are. You could have just been like, that ain't none of my business. Them white folks' business. And left it alone.
But I agree with all that. That's why I said there's no policing. Like in my organization, for example, I spoke. But everybody in my organization didn't speak because we have policing. And so we want black people to have this moral authority on social media that nobody else has. Anything that happens on social media, there's reckless endangerment. That's what social media is. Social media is not a place you go to find sanity. It's a place you go to find insanity.
I get it, but Cap,
I agree.
Hold on, Cap. Why can you say some of the reckless shit you say and then stand on the corner? Cause you 6'5", 240 pounds, and motherfuckers ain't gonna walk up on you. Now, if a little nigga was doing the same thing and said the same thing you said and caught his ass on the corner up in Harlem, what would they do to this little nigga?
They probably beat the shit out of him.
They fire his ass up. So that's why I don't go to the corner. No, I mean, what I'm saying is, if you look at it this way, black folks in the United States and damn near the world, we the little nigga.
But I agree with that too, but you're never going to police. I agree with y'all on that instance. I think that black people should have just took the position. Black people should have more so focused on this is white on white violence. That's what I focused on. Every time I talk about this, I say what this proves is that America has a violence problem, not a white on white, not a black on white or black on black. And if they just focus on violence, maybe they'll fix it. America, they might want to think about.
Well, the only thing I said about the topic, I approached the topic from the left versus the right.
So right, that's exactly what it is.
And that's what
That's exactly what it is.
Right.
And unfortunately, most niggas fall on the left.
But I gotta stop y'all though. This is when I go back. This is when I go back to what me, Melanin, and Mr. Fantastic talked about at the beginning before the rest of y'all niggas got him being late and shit. And shouts out number one for this Thursday night show. Currently, right now, we have, let me calculate it up really quick. It should not take
I got
long.
588, 590 on my side, so add that too, Tommy.
Yeah, okay. So we have 4,125 people watching right now.
Let's go.
Shouts out.
Shouts out. Shouts out.
And
because of y'all. It's because of y'all. We apparently put together a good show. I think in a few weeks we'll have this motherfucker up to 10
popping
1,000.
Yep. Tell Angry Man to show up on fucking time, man. He be coming in late like a goddamn diva. I'm gonna wait till these niggas an hour and a half in, and then
No, he wanted to see if it was. I'm gonna see if somebody watching them niggas. If ain't nobody watching, I ain't showing up to that shit.
Hey, so like you were saying though, with what we should have stayed out of and left it alone, and I'm okay with you even talking about it. But Tommy, if you would just play what it is I just put up to be shared, why would we go and do this? Is what my problem.
Let me see.
First off, I don't need you telling me what the motherfucking do.
Yeah. He did boss up on you, Tommy.
Yes, he did. He might as well ended it with hoe ass nigga. Wow.
And shout out, I want to give a shout out to the sister. She be in the paint every week. So shout out to the sister, Melanin. Is that how you say your name, sis? So shout out to Melanin. She be in the paint every week. Shout out.
She act very light skinned.
Hey, put your IG in the chat so I can make sure I follow you on Instagram.
Oh hell.
Don't be hating now. Don't hate now, Tommy. Don't hate. Let me follow her.
Hey, don't make me pull a fatty. Don't make me pull a fatty up here. I'm gonna
you almost made me say something crazy about fatty, but I'm gonna be nice.
You gotta stop reading my thoughts, Tommy.
Hey,
don't get me to talk about fatty.
You ready to say it,
I'm just saying. No, but yes, she has her Cash App up there, and anybody that wanted one of the best, she will put out. As a matter of fact, if you put it over there in your comment section, I can highlight it. And if for all y'all who really want her Instagram, Twitter, all you gotta do is send her some Cash App, and she'll Cash App you something back and tell you what it is. So if you give her $20, she'll Cash App you $1 back and say, here it is. Because we need to support these people on this damn panel that we are giving you. We could be doing a lot of things. Melanie could be having sex with me right now, but she's not. She's doing this show.
Tell me I love you.
Maybe it's my delusion speaking right now. Maybe it's my delusion. But the point is, these people could be doing a lot of other things, but we are trying to entertain you guys, and not only entertain you, but educate you. And one of the biggest ways I like the fact that we're educating people is that we're having civil discourse where, yeah, we believe, like right now, that what I love about this is there's some people believe strongly on the other side. And I really wish that we could have focused a lot more. And I understand this reason can't or won't, but just that aspect of homosexuals are getting away with a lot of shit in the United States. And when I don't think y'all understood it when Mr. Fantastic said it again. So I want to reset that again for all these people who are still here, Mr. Fantastic. Reset what you were saying about the people we kind of overlooking, where we probably need to concentrate a little bit more.
Can I ask one question to what you just said, though, Tommy, before we do that? Is it
What's
really,
that?
is it really, I hate to be even saying it, but is it really the homosexuals and more so the T word?
Both. Yeah.
But we're
but he might have something, because we did, Mr. Fantastic. A lot of the people we pointed out were
correct me though. Like, let me know where the homo parts are versus the T's, because
you don't want to know what the homo parts are. You don't.
What I'm saying is, like,
your ass.
the last one I can remember was that one that was in that. It was a while back, but it was some girl in like a high school. I remember the gun she had. That's all I remember. But she was shooting at a high school.
Well, no, so I'm just they're inclusive in that group. So I'm just, you know, as they do, all niggas the same. So all rainbow motherfuckers the same. Fuck, right? So, but nah, seriously. You're actually right. And I really wanted to focus on the T people, and I think that's the reason why Charlie Kirk was targeted. And if you go to the full context of the question he was asked, that's when he got shot, and that's why they're investigating the person involved, because they, you know, it's suspected there's a whole terror cell of these people suspected allegedly. Right? Yeah. So what we're coming to find out, man, is that when you have the same per capita arguments, it's extremely like out of hand because these people represent less than 1% of the population. So and mass shootings are even a lesser occurrence. So when you have a small percentage of something that affects a whole lot of people, this is something that truly we need to talk about and start like demanding that they do something about, because they're an endangerment to the public. And again, like I said, not only the public, children. They've targeted children out of like I want to say three of these specific occasions, right? And they were these people that ran up in these schools, these Catholic schools, all the different things, so on and so forth, and they targeted children, man. So I think it's definitely and I was talking about how they took you know, that classification out of DSM manual, right, to pretty much warn people and let you know, bro, that's just a mental illness, right? They even what gender dysphoria is still, you know, whatever it is, right?
Yep.
So I
think wait. What's DSM?
The DSM manual.
That's the mental.
You know what
That's fucking manual.
DSM means? He's a psycho.
Is that what it means? Dick sucking manual?
This nigga a therapist. Stop playing. But see, you got to teach niggas. But nah, that's what he's saying, man. It's a lot of attention that I think we are being forced societally not to speak on. That's one of those things, one of those groups that are protected more so than us. And I think black people should be offended. We should be, if anything, we should be offended about that, because those people love to compare their plight and whatever to, you know, it's just like slavery, you know. And I was like, nigga, show me the gay plantation, nigga. That's the stop. Now you ain't no, it don't exist. Motherfuckers breaking their wrists and picking no cotton. Okay, so that's what I'm saying, man. It's just a opportunity to where it's a white thing or so on and so forth. It's not us, but I think even outside the white and the political aspect of it, it needs to be straight people, you know what I'm saying, versus gay people at this point, because you know those people are overrepresented in these mass shootings, and that's a problem.
Fuck that, Mr. Fantastic. We got to go a little deeper in this. Pause. I gotta ask this part of it.
Hey, before you go, Tommy, there's a brother in the back that wanted to come up. I forget his name. If you see Street Media, maybe I think that might be his name. But you can continue. That was it. That's all I want.
Okay, let me see if I can see him. But I do got to play that what Brian asked. But I do got to ask this: if what you're saying is true, and white folks love talking about per capita, the per capita of what trans are doing, that number is through the fucking roof based upon what their representation.
Exactly.
So why do they ignore them and they always talking about us?
And that's what I was saying. I was saying black men should be using this as an opportunity to be like, hey, you know, although you conservatives may have an issue and problem, and you like to make black men the face of violence, right? Violent crime, as Cap was saying, you have a much bigger issue and problem,
right? To
where you're being attacked from within, and not only you, your children are being attacked by these motherfucking insane, deranged people that don't know what they are. You know, they a man, they a woman, they a tree, they a bear, they everything. So again, I think they definitely focus on
even with that, when you're talking about domestic violence, alphabet people killing.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, the most violent relationship is women.
White men can't control themselves.
Well, that's why I wanted Mr. Fantastic to reset it, because he said all this stuff right when you niggas was being lukewarm about coming here, and then y'all finally showed. But he said that earlier, and it was right on. I was like, he came out the gate swinging. Let me play this. What relationship rehab my man Brian wants y'all to take a look at. Let's take a look at this. It ain't moving. Oh, there it goes.
This is a Charlie Kirk vigil. These niggas showed up to do this.
Why they ain't talking?
I don't know why he ain't getting no audio. Oh wait, my bad. Hold on.
He's not real. He's not real. He's not real. Oh my God.
Wow.
Now, if them white boys whipped his ass, they'd be racist, right?
Wow. Well, I don't see what the problem is.
Oh, buddy. Fuck that nigga. You get expelled, dude.
You don't see what the problem is?
No.
Oh, Cap, go ahead. I want to hear this. You don't see what the problem is. Go ahead.
You don't see what the problem is?
I really do see what the problem is.
That's all I'm saying.
But wait, I see what the problem is, but I don't see what the problem is. What I do see what the problem is again, this is white on white. This has nothing to do with it. The reason why I think that you see the mocking that black people are doing is because white people have mocked the deaths of black people. And so for them, they look at it as get back. Do I agree with it? No, I don't agree with it. But I can assess it. I can sit there and say they will make jokes about a knee on George Floyd's neck, which white people did. Yes. Yeah,
but they didn't show up at his vigil and do it.
That's all I'm saying.
They
didn't go to George Floyd's
I'm trying to paint a picture for y'all. If you're gonna understand, y'all supposed to be black. You're supposed to understand a black picture. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I can assess it and understand why they did it.
Oh, I understand the black picture. That nigga did that shit because his parents didn't raise his ass properly. That's why he did that shit, because he wasn't raised properly. Point blank, period. I don't give a damn what
problem. I'm not even arguing how he was raised.
We
can say the same thing. Once again, we can say the same thing about the white side. So this ain't about.
But here's the problem with this. Here's the problem with this. You can't in one breath say that white people are horrible and then mimic white people and then say I'm justified in mimicking white people.
I never said nobody was justified.
Hold on. If you're justified, if his thought process, the brother that did that, if you're justified in mimicking what white folks did, then why are you mad that they did it?
Nobody. I don't think nobody on this panel said anything about that video being justified. I just said I can understand it and I can disagree with it because I can assess. And for black people seeing black lives being joked on and crucified, like George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, for example, that guy Kirk said that Trayvon was hunting him, which wasn't the case. And so when he dies, is it right? No. Should he have better behavior? Absolutely. If he got his ass whooped, it wouldn't be racist. It's what comes with the territory.
Well, here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing. Here's my position on this, right? Because and anybody that want to say, oh, Angry Man tap dancing, go back and look at every single video where I've ever said anything about George Floyd. I always said the same thing. That cop should not have had his knee on his neck, point blank, period. Flat out. He already cuffed up. There's no need to have your neck on your knee on his neck. And I told anybody that said it was fine, they lost their mind, right?
Charlie said he didn't die from the knee on the neck.
Well, the coroner didn't say that. The coroner said he died from the fentanyl, and then they made him change the report.
Now, they changed. So let me say this real quick.
Now, this is why I said I'm trying to paint a picture.
But hold on, Cap. It's something really important. I gotta ask a question, Cap.
Okay, good.
Well, you gotta interrupt, brother. Like, give me a second. I was saying before. So this is what I'm saying, right? So you say it's an issue and problem, like the black to white. What about the black to black? Dead homies, fuck your dead homies, smoking on a pack.
It's not about black on black right now. That's not the conversation today.
Well, no, it's not. It is a conversation because it's about the behavior, it's not the race. So we're talking about the behavior. You can't act like it's an issue and problem when it's the white people you're doing against the white people. And again, it's the same shit as you doing against each other. It's a continuance of just fucking horrible behavior, bro.
Okay, but we gotta pick the conversation that we're gonna have, because what black people do to black people is taken away from what this subject is about. Because this is about a white man that killed a white man. So black crime is put on pause right now. We're not talking about, but there's a time when we talk about black people. I talk about niggas and bitches all day. As I keep trying to paint
about the reaction of what's going on with black people.
as I keep trying to paint this picture of why they're making fun of him, y'all don't want to face the facts that it's because of his own reputation first that black people are choosing to make fun of this white guy. It's because of the images that we have of what what white people have done to black people that they are doing it. I don't agree with it, but I can at least see, okay, man, these motherfuckers is off as hell, but this is why they're doing it. Well,
Hey, Cap, are you saying?
Hold on. All I'm saying is this. I agree with you, Cap. He should be able to do that. What he did, he should be able to do it. Free speech. My problem is this, and this is the problem with niggas. Why you gonna go to their vigil to do it? Because everything you said about what people said about George Floyd, what white folks have said about George Floyd, I have also, as Angry Man said, I spoke against it, said, no, that's bullshit. Let him die fentanyl there and get your motherfucking ass off his back. So I'm in total
but I don't think neither.
But you ain't seen not one white person. I ain't seen a video of one white person going to a black event and doing that.
The reason why he went there, the reason why he went there to do that is because a lot of black folks are shit starters. He went there to do it to see if anybody would dare do anything to him. And if somebody did something to him, then he'd be justified in snapping out. And if he won, yeah, I taught them a lesson. If he lost,
At least he didn't do it.
Well, I'm going to say this. I got to say this part about it. Angry Man, you were right up until a point, but there's another layer onto it. I think black people inherently know that white people are better than them. And I know this is going to make me sound cool. Let me explain. They know these white people are more concerned with, if I whoop his ass, I'm going to lose my job, my career, and everything because I'm going to be racist. Because if you switched it the other way around, they'd have been able to whoop the white man's ass, and they would have told the white man he should have never been there. I'll give you a perfect example. There was a club here in Atlanta, and a white man got his ass stomped out by a bunch of niggas. It was in the news. The question was, they literally immediately said, he must have called them the N-word. They would never have said this if a gang of whites were stomping a black person. They would never have said, he must have called them the C word.
You know what's crazy though? I remember, well, first I when y'all was talking about earlier, I don't think neither side should do it. But that brother ignorantly did that, but he didn't pull a Kyle Rittenhouse where he went into the riot and just started shooting people, black or white. I don't know if
Kyle didn't do that either.
Cap, they tried to shoot him, man. Hold on, Cap.
They tried to kill a man. What are you supposed to do?
Hold on, let me say this. Let me say this real quick, right? So the reason why
I named my AR. My AR name.
Wait a second. Wait a second. We may disagree with how Cap started. We gotta let him finish.
Y'all keep interrupting. Everybody keeps interrupting.
Go ahead.
Because all I'm trying, and I'm agreeing with the relationship rehab brother. I agree with him that the brother shouldn't have done it at all. I don't think nobody should make fun of nobody's death. And you get what comes with the territory. But the image that black people have in their mind of white people on the subject of violence is not the greatest one. So when something happens to them and they feel like I could get some get back because look what happened to your white savior with Charlie. That's what they decide to do. Is it right? No, it's not right at all. But can I assess why they do it? Yes, I can assess why they do it. So,
hey, Cap, can I ask you a question? Are you saying it isn't how Charlie lived his life? You're talking about overall white people that the brother did what he did because white people been getting away with shit and mistreating us. Is that what you're saying? You're not just saying.
Yeah, I think what that young boy represents black people overall. When it comes to Charlie's death and they're acting that way, it's like a form of look at what happened to you by your own. They feel
now here's the other thing though. Here's the other thing. What Angry Man and Brian was saying, because Brian started off by saying black people just do shit and then we don't know why we do it. We just know the majority of black people are all acting this way, so I'm gonna act this way. So I don't have the courage to step out and do what's right. I'm gonna do what everybody else is doing. Case in point, Kyle Rittenhouse. Do you know that Negroes to this day still believe that Kyle Rittenhouse shot black people?
Yep.
People still believe that shit because niggas don't research shit. Now I think that's what Angry Man was saying, was like, no, these motherfuckers just don't know no better. They stupid.
Look, here's the thing, right? What Mr. Fantastic was saying was definitely pertinent to the conversation before you shut it down, Cap. Because like I said,
shut down with me. Y'all kept interrupting me.
No, you actually shut down something he was getting ready to say that was really pertinent to this conversation, which is the fact that brother that went up there and was showing out like that, right? He's doing that because there has been a decline in black culture in how we raise our children, point blank, period. And the way he went to that vigil and did that, he would have did the same shit if it was me and he didn't agree with something I said and I'm black.
Mm-hmm.
He would have did the same shit. So
that's talking about
that's
black,
not him.
black.
That's not him. That is not him. That is not him.
That's not no get back.
We gotta stop trying to project. Look, here's the thing,
man.
We gotta stop
If
trying to
people
project.
never gloated over the death of black people, I would believe y'all. But y'all
you interrupt shit now, bro.
Well, y'all are full of shit. White people gloat over black people. Y'all are full of shit.
Bro.
White people.
Bro, saying it's not black and white.
Listen,
You
man.
keep saying that it's not black and white,
But
every time we say something, you make it racial. Every time we say something,
because y'all are the only ones that are making it about what
here's
the
the
black
thing.
person did.
It's left and right, not black and white.
What I said was neither side should do it. And then I assess.
Okay, I get that, but
you gave me an excuse, though.
Angry man did. I'm not giving no excuses. I'm not excusing the behavior. What Angry Man is now doing is trying to show how black people have a culture where they just don't give a fuck, period. So now he's only talking about black, which is why I'm now countering that. He's not
no. I'm wait, bro.
Talk about white people and how they go. Show me when you talked about white people.
Hold on. You're not gonna do that.
I am going to do that.
About black. I'm talking about black because it was a black boy he just showed that did the shit.
Isn't the title about that anyway?
I'm talking about black. And here's the other thing. Niggas today gotta stop trying to project the mentality of black folks during the civil era to these niggas today. These niggas today ain't no civil rights type niggas. And they not doing this because, we finally getting some get back from white people. No, they doing this because they ain't shit. They was not raised properly. They do the same shit to the nigga that lived down the street from them. They do the same shit. They piss on niggas' graves. They kick their tombstones. They do all this shit to each other.
They shoot up their funerals.
Anytime they don't like someone, anytime they don't like someone, they do this type of shit. It's just the icing on the cake that it's a white boy.
You just windmilled even further. Because now you just like it and compare this simple ass nigga to being compared to the civil rights. But nobody
you said that this is a black man who sees the situation of white people celebrating Black Death, and so this is his get back. And what I'm trying to say to you is that nigga did not think that much into that.
Right. And that's what you're saying. First of all, I didn't talk about that black. I didn't talk about that black individual. I didn't mention no fucking civil rights. You just windmilled to try to get off the subject that you are hyper focused on.
No, I didn't.
And I'm hyper focused on understanding why they would do it based on what's being done by the opposite side. This is not a black on black crime. This is not a black on white crime. This is a white on white crime that involves an individual that talked disparagingly about black people based on which black person you talk about, and then you got black people expressing.
He didn't.
Number one, stop fucking interrupting, man.
Number one, bro, you interrupted me.
I was interrupted
a second ago. You fucking interrupted me.
I have not been nothing but interrupted since I talked and tried to give my lens. I keep getting
Bro,
interrupted.
what you doing is you making
I'm not
excuses for
making
niggas.
no.
That's
If I
what
was
you
making
doing.
excuses, I would be trying
You
to
making
justify
excuses
it.
for niggas. That's what you doing.
Then tell me what excuse I'm making.
The excuse you made is that, oh, well, that's not right what he did, but the reason why he did it is because the plight of black people and what white people have done. That nigga ain't thinking that much into that. He doing
No
that.
problem. Then keep that same. Then keep that same
He a
energy.
raggedy
Then
nigga. That's
keep
why
that.
he's doing
Then
that
keep
shit.
that
Because if he
same
was
energy.
raised properly, he wouldn't have did
Then
it.
you have to keep that same
If
energy
he was raised
across the
properly,
board.
he wouldn't have did it. He
You're
would have
right.
took his ass
Now,
on.
this
He
is
would have
why
went back to what he was
this is when
doing.
niggas getting their feelings. I'm not emotional. So I wasn't when I was talking.
Definitely in my feelings.
I just said that. So now
I'm definitely in my
I
feelings because
know.
it's bullshit.
I know. So when I was speaking, I wasn't even speaking about him individually. I was speaking about black people in general.
But I
Listening
am.
is an art. And when I expressed
But
it,
I
I
am.
said that they are wrong for what they're doing. But I can assess as to why. Because if you don't know the why, see, like I am better than civil rights leaders. I absolutely am. Because when I go out on the streets, I actually go and teach and go where my people are and get them out of that condition worldwide. So I can actually speak better than any politician, any civil rights leader. But that's not the subject. The subject is, why is niggas going into a white person's memorial and then doing the things that they're doing?
Yeah.
But that would be the equivalent.
Check this out.
You
Check this out. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all.
Interrupt again.
Hold on, y'all.
But I'm not going to yell like you because I'm not emotional like that. But I am talking, right? You
Yeah.
just did all that.
Can I interject?
Can
Can I
interrupt me again?
Can I interject? Or you just gonna preach to me?
I didn't preach. You wanted to finish. You did all that hooting and hollering like a woman. I let you finish. I'm just trying to.
Well,
finish
number
as a man.
one. Well, number
All I'm
one.
trying to do-
Number one.
Now we don't
Number
need number one. Number
I
one.
would not have been.
Number one.
I would not
number
have
one,
been. I would not have been as agitated if
I don't know
you
why
had
you're
not
agitated at
interrupted
all. I'm
me,
not.
which is the
You
thing you
interrupted me
claim
now. I'm
everybody
not
was doing to
agitated.
you.
I'm not agitated. Why you agitated?
You literally interrupted
In your
me when I
feelings,
was in the middle of speaking. Run the
listen,
tape
brother.
back.
Be a man. We're both interrupting each other. Relax yourself. I'm going to finish. There's no need.
Check this out, bro. Cap, check this out, bro. All that be a man and you emotional and act
You
like
are.
oh, that
Look at how
shit
you
don't
acting.
work on me, my G.
Look at how you acting.
That shit don't work on me.
Then be quiet
You
and let me
interrupted
finish.
me. It was my
Oh,
turn to
I was
speak.
talking and you started
you
talking. You said, "Can I
interrupted me.
interject?" And then I got quiet.
You
and
initially
And
interrupted
then I
me,
got
Cap.
quiet. And then I got quiet.
Hey, well, go ahead and let
You
Angry Man finish, and you go.
initially interrupted me, bro.
Listen, let Angry Man finish. I'm the one talking. He asked.
He was the last one. Shit, we don't know who was talking at this point.
I was the one talking.
Angry, you wasn't talking. Angry, you asked.
Tommy, do you know? Can you play it back, Tommy? Because I don't know.
Angry, you understand? Oh, wait.
Nobody know at this point.
No,
No one knows.
This is very simple.
Yo, you interrupted me. Check this out. Check this out, bro. Check this out. Cap.
Since you taller, you are taller, let Angry Man finish. How about that?
You interrupted me.
You just
and
like
I
that nigga.
literally.
That's why you want him to talk.
Nah, I was you making sense.
Go ahead.
Because
Go ahead.
You interrupted.
You already told what you told a lie.
You got the floor. Go ahead, brother. I'm not emotional like that. Go ahead.
You
We don't even
literally.
go back to who I'm giving you the floor. We ain't even got to go through none of that. You got the floor. Go ahead, finish, brother.
Cap, you can't tell somebody how to talk, bro.
I'm not telling you how to talk. I'm saying we ain't got to go back and forth about that. You have the floor.
Let me say what I'm saying, brother.
About to cry.
You interrupted me, and I literally stopped talking to the degree that another brother actually started talking. And then when I tried to pick it back up, you started talking. And so I interrupted you because I never got to finish my statement.
You was reclaiming your time.
Exactly. It ain't that deep. Sweet Jesus. What I said was that you were saying, okay, I don't
10 more
agree.
seconds, Angry Man. You got 10 seconds to finish your thought.
You were saying
I'm bullshitting. Go ahead.
You were saying that you don't agree with what they did. Cool. But at the same time, you made an assessment about the brother's possible thought process. My disagreement is I do not believe that that's that brother's thought process. I believe that's him showing his ass, as my grandmother would say. He just saw a moment where he could show out and get some damn attention, and that's what he did because he was not raised the way a lot of us was raised growing up to mind our damn business.
Amen.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
What, you done now? Thank you.
You got
what
it,
you
bro.
actually tried to do is compare that nigga to civil rights leaders. That's what you did. You did your little rant. When ain't no
I did.
Look at him. Look at him. When you ask for the flow, he still got to talk. Got to talk. Look at him. I didn't talk.
You do gotta let it. You do gotta let him.
Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. While you was
That is
talking,
true.
I was looking at my video on the goddamn TV. That's why I said
we gotta let him. We do have to let him. He did stop.
I even said, "Are you done?"
Go ahead.
I do this.
You got to work on your control issues, brother. Go ahead.
Says the man that interrupted me while I'm talking. When I gave you the respect back while you was talking.
The same thing you did.
This is I'm gonna make a clip out of you, nigga. So anyway, this is a man that compared these niggas. I'm definitely gonna make a clip out of this nigga. Emotional, angry man. So anyway, this nigga tried to compare this young nigga to civil rights leaders because I said what they seen, and what I was comparing what they seen wasn't nothing from civil rights. What I was talking about was they seeing what has happened in the past 10 years with Trayvon, George, Tamir Rice, all of those things. And so they are ignorantly looking at that as some type of fucking get back. I don't agree with it, but I can assess it. And what I think of when I assess it, I say it's wrong. That's why the first premise I stated was all of this is wrong. Crime is wrong. But as long as you have people like Charlie that presses an issue of black versus white, long as you have anybody that say that they're about helping and they pressing the issue of black versus white, you're going to always have an issue. Even in this issue of black people, they're more so, I ain't going to say that because y'all going to get in more in your feelings. So do I agree with what that young brother did? Absolutely not. But can I assess and understand why black people have the opinion about Charlie's death? Yes, I can. Because for the most part, when something happens to a white person, black people are usually fighting me for it. That's my experience. I'm usually the one that don't care about black people dying. Like Charlie dying of blood loss means nothing to me at all. But this is the rare occasion where black people do not care or are bragging or boasting ignorantly about Charlie, but that's Charlie's reputation, and he just got to own that. It's just that simple. Is it right? No, it's no more justified than what white people did when they was talking about Trayvon, George, and whoever else. Both of them are wrong. That's all I was saying.
Okay, so
let me interject.
Hey, before you
respond, angry man, but I just gotta interject. I gotta say one thing to y'all, if y'all don't mind.
Tommy, before you do that, the guy keeps messaging in my chat that he trying to come on. I don't know if you see him in the background. His name is Street Media TV.
Angry Snowman.
Yeah, it might be. Well,
okay, because if I see him, but it's a couple people that I wanted to be able to speak, and they haven't spoken yet, so I'm gonna let them speak.
You can. I just wanted to make sure I see it, so it's on camera. You got it.
But I want to say, look, Irina, the woman in Charlotte, she was stabbed in the neck. She didn't do anything. Black people started making videos saying, "Fuck that white bitch." And it was crazy. She wasn't a political figure. She never said a word about black folks, and she don't have a past that came out. She wasn't doing anything. She was just sitting there. And there were black people who decided to say that she was like George Floyd. So since they made fun of George Floyd, we're going to make fun of her. And it became this weird thing because I do not remember any white people making fun of Dylan Roof going in that church and shooting black folks. I don't remember this.
No.
But if it did happen, I understand.
No.
But I'm just saying, even if you're saying in this instance that happened, what about the white girl who did absolutely nothing, said absolutely nothing, and black folks took to the internet to do what Angry Man was saying. I think that black folks have this thing where we want white people's attention so much because you're doing that to get their fucking attention. Go ahead, Angry Man.
So, first of all, Cap, I ain't did nothing up here to disrespect for you to be talking to me crazy, bro. All this be a man, all this crazy stuff. You ain't the only brother that's done community service. I'm former NOI. I went and marched and talked to brothers in the street and all of that shit. Same shit. But you sitting there talking about I'm comparing them to civil rights. I didn't compare them to civil rights. You said listening is an art. Well, it's an art you need to practice as well. Because what I said was black folks got to stop projecting the civil rights mentality onto the niggas of today. That's what I said. As if they're doing something for some righteous reason. He's not doing it for no righteous reason. That's not why niggas do the shit that they do. That's not why they did what Tommy just got through talking about, celebrating the white girl getting killed. They do this shit because they're being spiteful. Now, you can argue that they got the right to be spiteful, but that's a whole other conversation. But to act like they're doing it out of righteousness, they're not doing it out of righteousness. And that's the point I'm trying to make.
Is it just still them two, or we all talking?
I'm gonna bring out.
I just
it done calm down, so I'm gonna let Cap get his last word. But I do want you, Mr. Fantastic, to jump in there.
I say what I want, and I didn't say nothing about them being righteous ever. So even that's windmilling off the point. And when I put this clip up, you'll see that you didn't compare them to civil rights like you're trying to say you did now. Period. And if I wasn't interrupted first, I wouldn't have interrupted nobody. But don't interrupt me. And then when it comes back, then I gave you the floor, and then you interrupted me again. We can continue.
I mean, you can clip up what you want to clip up. You ain't gonna be the first person to clip me up. At the end of the day, I said roll the clip back if you want to see when I was interrupted first.
All right, cool. So yeah, so what I was saying, Tommy, you brought up a point. We saw this most recently with the whole Carmelo Anthony situation, to where people were trying to justify the shit and celebrating it and all this different shit, right? This whole racial tit for tat shit, bro. Again, and I guess I'm gonna be a coon for saying this, right? But man, if it's fuck everybody, man, only the big dicks win. Okay. All right. If it's fuck everybody and it's just always this and the other, all some bullshit, bro.
Melanie, you know me to be smiling when he said this. Why you? I saw that. Why you Mr. Fantastic?
Will you let him finish, please? He is thinking right.
I see you, Mr. Fantastic. Look at this. Look at Mr. Fantastic. Wait a minute. And if we go do it.
Nah, man, I wasn't speaking to Melanin specifically. I was just speaking just in general. But nah, man, I think Angry Man was pointing to the point. He read exactly what I was saying. I think there's a degradation of the black image, the black family, just human decency, bro, within ourselves. I can remember, and again, I'm also with Cap. Listen, there is such thing as, eye for eye. People got a right to feel that way. But I'm worried about the overall, especially in a moment like this, to where some shit does pop off. You don't want to jump in it. You know what I'm saying? If two sides is warring and some shit is really about to pop off, you don't insert yourself in it, and you take on the ire or take on the animosity of a major fucking thing that's going on.
Let them kill himself.
So I just think. But when you have this thing like something that's so brazen as what that dude did, and on Tommy, you got the clip of the girl that got locked up. It's just overly. It's even with you guys making the George Floyd thing, right? I don't think you can find a white person that did any of the stuff you guys are talking about publicly. Not diminishing it by saying it was done on the internet, but doing shit like this in public, bro. You'll be fucking far-fetched to find a white person that ran up in not even just amongst themselves doing the whole thing. Now I do remember you guys are right with the niggas was motherfucking George Zimmerman was autographing teas and Skittles or some shit, right? Which is wild, fucking diabolical. But I think Jay-Z said it best. Y'all niggas kill X and let Zimmerman live. When niggas gonna step, right? That's what I'm saying. You talked all this shit and nigga on your block, he ain't supposed to be there. You kill him. Niggas do this and niggas do that. You kill them. So I mean, again, and I'm not promoting violence by any means. But I'm just saying, man, it's like we do so much of this shit to ourselves. It's like the default reaction. You know, dissing the dead and being just ultimately disrespectful when the shit ain't called for. And condoning.
Man, we down to 3 hours in this motherfucker. I know went up to 4,100 people watching. I don't know what y'all want to see us be stupid, but thank you and welcome. I would also say, since you asked me to go ahead and play that clip, because
I thought y'all was. I didn't see the young brother clip, and I didn't see the whole thing of this girl's clip that y'all gonna play.
Y'all, you gotta watch it.
Yeah,
so take a the whole clip. This is just the part before she got arrested. Take a look at this.
Right.
Homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. He got shot in the head. Fuck your homie dead.
But what does she do to get arrested though? Does she assault somebody?
Yeah,
that's what I thought she did. Yeah, so I thought
she assaulted their sensibility, sir.
He slapped the when she got through doing the dance. When she got through doing the dance, and the white boy didn't really do anything, she went over to him and slapped his hat off his head.
She did what niggas do.
And the police was standing right there watching. So
like a dummy. First off, shouts out to Sam Washington. He bought me a drink, and in buying me a drink, he said something. Remember, when they send me stuff, they're just paying me to say it. I don't mean anything by what they pay me to say. He says, what the fuck is Captain talk about? Cap is capping. Shouts out to Sam.
Hey, shout out to Sam, man. You got my boy a drink, man. Get him some more drink.
Yes,
get that man
buy
some
me
more
drinks. For the people who don't know, it's $50 the drink. And let me tell you, since it's a group, if you the one, no matter where y'all put the 50, if y'all put it on their stuff, put it on their YouTube, wherever you put it, I'm drinking because I'm an alcoholic. So therefore,
it don't matter. No matter where it go, it don't even matter.
Yeah, no matter where it go, I know where it's going.
Brian, I'm putting 50 on you, Brian, in the future.
So they arrested her for disorderly conduct. I mean, she should have got arrested for assault. Now, I mean, that dance she doing, again, I don't agree with none of that shit. Because I think that if you wanted to be the bigger person, that's what I would have preferred black people to do as a whole, to just sit back, get your popcorn and just watch this shit play out.
Well, Cap, she was the biggest person there, though. So.
But here's the thing, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier. She didn't just get arrested; she also got expelled.
Oh yes.
So now, if her parents was paying for her to go to college and get an education, now she done messed something up because she chose not to just mind her business.
That other kid got expelled too, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, and what's even wilder about the whole situation is we've spent 10 years with these same people that are getting expelled and getting fired, firing people on the right, getting them fired, pulling the cancel culture thing on them, telling them that this is okay. There's consequences to there's freedom of speech, but consequences to your speech. And now when the consequences flip back on them, they're losing their minds.
Hey, Tommy, that's not the guy I was talking about. Just to let make sure you understand.
That's the only one that's back there. I got to say, Leviathan, my dog.
Yeah,
we got 2 white people on the panel.
But
our fellow snow people, they've been very quiet. I'm so glad that this angry snowman, because we got an angry man and an angry snowman. But I'm glad that the angry snowman spoke up. And Leviathan, you have been up here. You've been very quiet. Is there anything you'd like to say about this from a snow perspective?
Yeah, I'm going to give you guys the rundown on what probably 95% of the snow perspective is with regard to Charlie Kirk. The people that 95% of us are angry at, it's not you guys. I can tell you that right off the get-go.
It's the left.
And the reason I say that is Captain made a comment earlier, and I have 2 things to say about it. He said this doesn't have anything to do with us, meaning you guys. He made a comment a couple hours ago. This Charlie Kirk thing doesn't really have anything to do with us. Well, on the flip side of that, I'm curious to why, if it doesn't have anything to do with you, you just spent 2 hours mouthing off over something that you yourself claimed you don't have that doesn't have anything to do with you. But that's different. But the people that, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, it is what it is. The people that most of us that are really, really sad about what happened to Charlie, the people we are the most angry at right now, two groups. One, white liberals, and number two, white liberal bitches. Those are the people that we are the most angry at.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me started on all this faggot tranny shit, because
oh my God.
And even Captain brought that. I'm sorry. Captain brought it up too. I think it might have been Tommy. When you guys
No, that was out. That was Mr. Fantastic. Because Mr. Fantastic and Melon and Legacy doubled down on.
The last 5 or 6 shooters have been trans, and they're not black. They're not black trans. I'll throw this out there.
Black faggots ain't shoot nobody.
Damn.
All I'm saying is, all I'm saying is this: the last African American mass shooter, you had to go back like what, 28 years ago. DC snipers. How long ago was that?
Yeah, that was like 2003, 2004. Yeah, 2003, 2004.
Yeah, that's
and people were surprised they were black.
Oh yeah, I was.
I'm still surprised they were black.
Well, Tommy, when that shooting happened, you told us who did it before they told us. We all knew who did it. Remember, you said it on your show live. You said it's a white dude. I was sitting there saying that's a white dude, Antifa, probably trans. But you said it.
Well, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was on Hood Services channel the day he covered this, the day it happened, and I told him right then. I told him right then and there that this isn't going to be a black guy. This is going to be. You were there, Leviathan.
Yep, I was.
I straight. Did I not tell Hood Conservative watch and see if this isn't a trans white dude that got kicked out of the military, that's disgruntled and going after everybody?
Hey, if I could just clarify one thing, when Leviathan said, I said it's not a black issue, but I spent 2 hours talking. The 2 hours that we talked was mostly about black issues. We wasn't even talking about your white homo killing another white person.
I'll give you that.
I know you will. Let's just make sure we get it in proper perspective, Mr. White Man.
No, we're not taking it out of context. I wasn't.
Listen,
come on,
I appreciate
nobody was taking it out of context, but I would like to touch on what Fantastic and what Melanin was saying earlier.
I'd like to finish what I was saying. Thank you. So I appreciate your honesty in saying you'll give me that. Just don't put out a lie as if I was doing something that wasn't the case, because that's what white people do.
I don't think an opinion's a lie. That was my opinion. That's what
I said. I appreciate you giving it. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But just like Charlie, I'm gonna give you an example.
What's the deal with it? That's what white people do.
I'm glad
you couldn't be any more judgmental and dismissive than that.
I'm gonna give you an example. Anybody's entitled to their opinion. As we're talking about Charlie says some things that, if left unsaid, they're open to his opinion. So if I don't say nothing that you agree to, then everybody will believe that I said it's not a black issue, but I spent 2 hours talking about an issue that's not a black issue because I didn't correct you, which you agreed with. And that's misinformation that's commonly put out there. I'm pretty sure Tommy can resonate with that, as well as other people on the stage can resonate with people lying on people only to agree with them 5 minutes later. So I appreciate your honesty. We can move forward. I check everybody. See, Angry Man?
No, we can't move forward. We can't move forward for one reason that I gotta point out.
You about to defend the white guy?
Yeah, he gonna defend that white guy. Here he go. Yeah, he gonna defend it. No, he is.
Hold on.
Wow, there it is.
Don't go to
wow.
Captain ran off, man.
There it is.
Go ahead, Angry Man.
What was wrong with him to defend the white man?
We can't move forward because during our heated exchange, I knocked my freaking Stanley cup over, and now I got stains in my carpet. I'm sending you the bill, Cap.
Hey, send me the bill. I got you. Send me the bill. Send me your address.
No, I'm the white guy. I gotta pay for
body butters, oils, beard oil, all that. You send me your address.
You got beard oil?
Yep, beard oil. I got
beard oil. I'll be happy.
All that. Send me.
I'm not gonna lie. We got some nice beards on the panel. I'm appreciative
That's
of
how
that.
I'm a real brother I am. You send me that address, I'm gonna send a care package. The only facts is take a picture of the care package and post it. That's it.
But I gotta ask you, why is it wrong for him to agree with the white man? Go.
I ain't fucking with you. Tell me.
Why is white ice not as cold as black ice? Why?
Yeah, this
Physics.
Yeah, y'all gotta
It's a physics thing.
It's the best
Yeah, it's
panel. It's the
physics.
best
He's right.
panel.
He's
Make
right.
sure y'all tune in every Tuesday night. This is the best panel. Tuesday night, 9 o'clock is going down. All right.
Yeah.
I'm done. Y'all can move forward because I know we got other people that may want to.
Oh, we got a new brother in there.
Yeah.
Is Bishop George, is that your boy?
Yeah, now I did invite him. Now he ain't my boy. I know of him. But just in case he go left field.
Oh, so just in case he says some stupid shit. That's why I was telling Melanin we gonna do a show. I'm gonna
Dude looks like he's Mike Tyson's twin, man.
Hey, I was telling Melanin we gonna start doing a show. I was telling Melanin we gonna start doing a show where it's my team versus her team.
Okay.
And we just gotta pick these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And if somebody come up there and say some dumb shit, that's your boy. That's your boy.
George,
But I do know George.
Hey, George a fighter.
No, I do know.
That's why he look like Mike Tyson. He a fighter.
Yeah,
For real, dude.
We go back a couple of years. I do know George. I'm just messing with you.
Okay, I gotta let George jump in, and I'm gonna let Leviathan come back. But George, what's your thought?
I was coming up to defend him because, see, first of all, when Charlie Kirk brought up that disparate impact, and I'm listening to some of you guys talking, I know that y'all don't know nothing. First of all, when he was talking about disparate impact, and he's supposed to be an attorney, he was being racist to the core. We understand, when we understand our history and we understand A. Philip Randolph and the Pullman Porters and why they had to create what they created was because of discriminatory practices in the work field and federal laws that was put on the books, executive orders that was put on the books. When affirmative action came into place in 1961, it was a reason why that was there. So disparate impact was there to prevent them from having certain criteria to get jobs that didn't look like it was racist on paper, but it was racist anyway. Charlie Kirk knows this. So when he brought that up and he brought up disparate impact, those of us that actually love our people enough to actually study and how things actually affect our people, we caught on to that right away. Right away. I understood all the talking points that he was using. So, and then another thing, right? Yeah, we got our problems amongst ourselves. You know, I got my whole channel where I talk about death to the real nigga, but I'm talking to my people about getting rid of that culture, right? But white folks, did y'all see that video when the one guy went up and he was saying something about Charlie Kirk and the white mob attacked him and stomped him out and went crazy? But these supposed to be Christians. Cat, let me ask you a question. Cat.
Yeah.
If the true and living Christ walked the street today, will he be a Democrat or Republican?
No.
So these people, they hide behind this fake ass Christianity and talking about they love God, but then get on there and talk the way that they talk. It's
well, hold on. Those are black people. Wait.
No.
Hold on. Let me ask you something. What did Peter do when they came to pick up his Lord and Savior?
I'm gonna stay on talking. Come on, man, because
you can't speak on the Bible, and then when somebody bring you another Bible reference, then say no, I don't want to speak on it. No,
that was a good one.
Thank you, Cap. Say it again, Cap.
That was a good one, Tommy. Listen, that was a good one.
No, that wasn't a good one at all. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why that wasn't a good one.
Watch your ear, Mike. Watch your ear, Mike.
No, that was typical timing. That was typical timing. Those of us that have been in the space a long time. Those of us that have been in this, what I'm saying is this: they hide behind this religion stuff to socially engineer the people and to draw them in, where none of them is actually practicing what they would call Christian. This whole country have a history of antagonizing and mocking blacks for decades, centuries, coming to our stuff and killing us and beating us up. So now we get a short period of time when we antagonize them. We just the worst people on the planet, and y'all make excuses for their behavior as if we're just the worst people. We don't owe them nothing based off the history. We don't owe them nothing. Yes, should we act accordingly? I agree with that, but I'm not going to go out of my way to defend them at our own expense. Man, listen, this is not nigga culture. This is American culture. The way Charlie got killed is the American way. We saw this. This ain't the first time we saw this. This is what they do. So what about the two Democrats that got killed a couple months ago? The husband and wife that got killed in the house in Minnesota, and lawmakers, and then the other lady that got shot 9 times. At that time, the left was blaming it on the right. So this is a clash a clash of political gang, white on white gang violence. But this is what they do. They've been doing this.
Well, can I
Everybody
say this to you?
get his brains blown out his damn head on national TV. So
Can I
this
say
is
this
what
first
they
off? So first off, shouts out to Sam Worthington. He bought me another drink. He's trying to feed my degeneracy. Thank you very much.
So I land here. All I'm saying.
But no, I gotta ask you something. Then you can land. I want to keep talking to you.
Okay.
See, I'm a country boy, and as a country boy, when the chickens come home to roost, well, I'm not sad. I'm actually happy. You know who said that?
Brother Malcolm.
Malcolm X.
Thank you, brother Malcolm X. And you know who he said that about?
I know what he said about, and that's why he got set down. I get it. What's your point?
No. What I'm saying is he said it about JFK, but then he came back after his trip to Mecca. He said, I shouldn't have said that because this is their leader. Even if I
He
think
was told not to say it by Elijah Muhammad before that. Elijah Muhammad said,
yes,
don't make that statement because those people love him.
Yes.
But
so I'm asking you. So I'm asking. The reason I'm asking is I'm asking as black folks. I hear what you're saying, but we aren't the ones. I used to have a saying, N. That meant niggas need nukes, and until we get nukes, we have a problem. We're not the dominant people. So I'm asking you, does antagonizing white people in something that doesn't involve us, does it make sense?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you, but let me make the point and I land here. I agree with you. But this goes into what we're talking about, right? When we're talking about black people and we're talking about us in a disparaging way, the reason why Elijah Muhammad told him not to say that because of the violence of white people. When you make this statement and people love them, we got people that go to on jobs. We got people that's in the prisons. We got people that's everywhere that's getting attacked overtly by whites. So what I'm saying is based off of this history that we know with us with them, I don't owe them nothing. Yeah, that boy shouldn't have went there and done that. But white people are the original gangsters and mobs and killers in this country. Not us. It's them. They was killing us. We wasn't killing us. While we killing us, they use their media to demonize us, but they got a whole history of killing us.
Mr. Fantastic wants to address you. Mr. Fantastic wants to address you.
Yeah.
Sam is trying to get me to piss or shit on myself because he done threw another 50. Thank you, Sam. And when I piss and shit on myself and Cap clip it because you know this nigga's gonna clip everything. And when he clip it, don't. It's your fault, Sam. But go ahead. I want y'all two to go at it because I love when my man Mr. I'm not gonna lie. When my man Mr. Fantastic say something, he's like the black Charlie Kirk. He's Charlie Blurk, the black version. He's Charlie Blurk.
I'm not trying to be the second coon out here, man. God damn, it's already bad enough. But anyway, listen. So nah, man. First and foremost, no. Elijah Muhammad didn't say that because of the violence of white people. He said it because of it would have made the NOI look bad as a whole. That is literally the personification of what we're saying right now. In certain moments, you should just know better, and it causes more harm than good. So, and we all know, I don't think there was any white violence ever acted upon Malcolm X in his lifetime, and we know who killed him, right? Ooh. His own people. So, how am I being disingenuous? Go right ahead, tell me.
Well, let's dialogue on it then. You're lying. Because
how am I lying?
I'm ready to tell you.
So now I'm taking offense. You say I'm lying. Go ahead.
I want you to be offended because I'm offended that you lying on our people.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, the reason why he was set down at that time, you got to look at the times that they were in. And the statement was made about our people on the jobs. The American white people love this man. And they was already enacting violence on us in the South. So when he told him, don't make that statement because of the way that white people react towards blacks. He got in his ego and did it anyway. And this is why he got set down. So making them look bad is one thing, but it was the actual violence that they were still going through at that time. And that's why he told them not to say it. It's all written in the records, man. I don't know like what you
the reason
I know exactly what was said.
Hold on. I gotta let Mr. Fantastic go. I'm gonna throw you up there, Angry Man. Yeah. But I gotta let him because he called that man a liar.
Yeah. So no, again, of course, like I said, you can talk about the after effects of it, but he was concerned with the NOI before he's concerned with anything else. Clearly.
But why? Why was he concerned?
So thank you for conceding. Hold on. So I didn't interrupt you while you were talking. I didn't say anything while you was talking. So thank you for conceding the point, right? So I was right. I didn't fucking lie. I didn't. Hold on, brother. I didn't cut you off. Damn,
Wait. George,
I didn't say nothing while you were talking, bro.
I got. Hey, George, if I could, I'm a stickler for not being interrupted.
I'm
You
sorry.
gotta let this brother finish, man. Don't do that.
I didn't say one word, bro.
And he listened
One thing
patiently
about
too.
fantastic. He's extremely patient. He's not cutting you off.
Yeah.
Let the brother finish, man.
Yeah, he patient now. We got a history together. But go ahead. I'm sorry,
Oh,
fantastic.
y'all know.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something. He's been patient. Let me tell you something. I was a nurse here at Grady, and he was there, and he was patient.
With you.
No, he was.
We got a history
He was
together.
patient.
We got a history going back and forth together. But
The
no, go ahead,
history
fantastic.
aside, just let him finish, and then y'all rock out.
So no, man. So like I said, the whole thing conceding to the point of where his first and foremost concern was the NOI. Was he worried about the residual things in the South? Sure, you can say that after the fact. The end of the point is this though. Black people have a historical issue and problem with saying shit at the wrong time and inserting yourself in some shit that we didn't have nothing to do with. That's why he told him that. This is not a fucking black problem. This is the white people, as we say, what y'all talk about, white on white crime. A white man killed a white man. Keep your motherfucking mouth closed. That way, so like you say now, secondary. All right, first off, don't make the NOI look bad. But second, don't piss these motherfucking evil ass white folks off there to kill each other so then they know they'll kill their black ass. Okay? So this is the modern fucking time for us to actually apply the logic of fucking Elijah Muhammad and just stay the fuck out of it. This is not our fight. Why the fuck you got to celebrate? And then even more so, right? Now, what Malcolm X said could have been insensitive. He didn't say, I'm glad he died. He just whatever, so on and so forth. He said something that was an innuendo and it was clearly offensive, right? You literally have the blatant disrespect, disregard. He a pack. He shot in the neck. He all this other shit, so on and so forth. And you expecting these demons that y'all call them, these violent motherfuckers. What's going to come of it? So again, that's my whole point of the matter as to where same thing that applied 60 years ago applies now. Shut the fuck up. It's no reason for us to put ourselves in it and be inflammatory. I'm done.
Hey, Tommy, real quick. Brian and Angry Man, can you check your cash apps? I just sent you a 150 each. So
you didn't send me shit.
Hold on, let them verify their payments, and then you can go ahead and drink that bottle.
I'm messing with you. You don't have to send me anything because I'm gonna get drunk regardless. I just want to say I wanted as Bishop to respond to that because what he said.
Yeah, I got it. I got it, fam.
Well, I'm gonna say this because I
Please.
want to ask Tommy. I wanted to ask you a question, Tommy.
Oh shit.
I wanted to based
Them
off
rumors. I ain't never been the Bulldogs.
Based off the topic, and what Cat was alluding to. We see the black boy go to that memorial and he do that, right? And you guys start going in on him, right? And I heard black on black crime. I heard a lot of things being thrown at Cat, right? The question I got is, well, who's more? And based off this topic, who's more violent, the killer or the black boy that went to the memorial and started cussing with the memorial, the actual shooter or the black boy?
Well, I got to speak like my man Charlie Wilson said. You can't keep running from what Fantastic said. Keep on running. Keep running. He said something to you. Right, you can't turn around and he get into a fight and he slap you in the face. You turn around and punch me. I didn't have nothing to do with it. This man said something to you that was very bad. But I will say this. If I was thinking of, here's the thing. If I was thinking of what's worse, the killer or the people insulting, that is a great question. Except for when you're dealing with someone that's a dick. That dick might be looking for someone that they can fuck easily. And who can be fucked easier than black folks? So while we doing that dumb shit to white folks, it might be hard for them to get at trans. It might be hard for them to get at a lot of people. You know who it ain't hard for them to get at? Somebody they've been getting at for centuries.
Well, you just made my point. I'm glad you said what you just said. Thank you. So y'all can stop attacking. So y'all should have never been saying none of the shit y'all was saying to Cat. But what you just said, based up, and everybody up here shaking their head but Cat, is the tendency and violence of these people. And why?
Violence. Oh, no. Stop. I didn't say violence. They can fuck up your life.
Somebody just killed somebody.
No. They can fuck up your life without doing one violent thing to you.
But Tommy,
Yep, niggas losing their job left and right. Niggas losing their job. You got two examples of people getting expelled. They didn't have the one punch thrown. Not one.
Let me say this.
Let's stay right here. Hold on, Tommy. Based off what I asked, somebody killed somebody. Somebody is dead, right? And your comeback to me was based off of what these people can do, and we should stay out of it, right? Yeah. And what I'm saying is, when I was in the back, when Cap said, "Well, they feel like with all the antagonists and things that they was doing to us, he don't agree with. I don't agree with it either. But they felt like that they can go and antagonize them." You're saying, well, based off of this topic, a white man killed another white man. Leave them white people alone because of what they can do.
No, leave them alone because it ain't our business. That should be the first order of business. It's not our business. As a matter of fact, let me tell you how we should feel. If it was 8 niggas trying to fuck the same bitch I was trying to fuck, and 2 of them killed each other, you know what I know now? That's 2 less niggas that can fuck this bitch because they both dead. Now all I gotta do is hurry up and get rid of these other 6 niggas that's left. And if I can convince them to do the same damn thing, I'm gonna do it. But I'll be damned if I try to point out to them that what they're doing is wrong, because they might realize it. This is the thing that they love about black folks doing things to themselves. They'll let you do it. Whites don't talk about shit we do until it affects their community. You ever notice that?
I disagree with that.
That's a lie. Can I say something
That is true. That is
Can I say something to the brother? Can I say something?
They have never. I would say, let Angry Man, let you jump in. When I talked about the fatherlessness problem, white folks didn't want me to talk about it. I couldn't get no backing from no white folks, and it was the #1 fucking problem blacks were dealing with. They were letting blacks say stupid shit because they knew that wasn't going to solve their problem. Whites have never funded things that would actually help black people. You go look at all the shit that's been funded. None of it help us. As a group, they will never tell you, you know what? Let's give money to women who have fathers in the house.
That's a different topic.
No, it isn't. You just said I was wrong by saying that whites don't bother us when we fucking ourselves up. Remember, wait a minute. Remember when they said when there was a crack epidemic, they didn't have no problem with us smoking crack. Same thing with the gays. They had no problem when gays was dying of AIDS. There was no initiative to stop AIDS because it was
heroin.
Respectfully, we still don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, we're still cool with that.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying that when you look at it, the smart thing to do as a black person, if whites are eliminating each other, let them. Don't start something that might make whites unite and say, they're right. It was us killing us. What if we stop killing each other? Because honestly, and I don't know if Cap will agree, but Cap can tell you if he do. One of the things that should unite blacks is when we realize whites have no problem with us killing each other. Whites have no problem with us selling drugs to each other. That should be the first thing that make us say, wait a minute, we shouldn't be doing this because they're okay with it.
I agree with that. We don't disagree with none of that.
So the whites might say the same damn thing when we keep interjecting, talking about some ha ha ha. There are whites who don't like Charlie and whites who do like Charlie, but they'll come together on we hate this nigga. Just like Pontius Pilate and motherfucking Judas. They said, we both hate Jesus. Let's hang out.
That's a great.
Have you ever heard of
the
friend of the enemy? Do you ever heard the enemy of my enemy is my friend? We should stay out and not say, let's be antagonistic. It's not our beef. And I don't see why you or anybody else doesn't see that.
Yeah,
if you sit up and make fun of me and my brother and I might end up becoming brothers again. And guess who ass we gonna whoop?
Personally, I think a lot of these liberal whites actually went online and started doing that shit just to goat black people into doing it.
Thank you. Start a race war they can't win.
Man, what the?
We can't. George, I don't care how big you are. You saw where that white boy, what did that white boy shoot Kirk from? It wasn't in front of him.
I could speak from far. But I think that dividing part I agree with, because I know there's a lot of white men that when I used to talk to them, they would try to get me to side with them against Jewish people, because they'll hate Jewish people. And so I say to them, I say, well, I don't even like you. Why you want me to do? He said, but don't you think if you and we're together and we got to fight this bear, don't you think we should first kill the bear first? I said, yeah, but if you and I is joining up to kill the bear, somehow you'll make sure that bear bites my leg off before we kill it. So that way, once the bear is killed, now I just got one leg. So you got you got two healthy legs. So now that we destroyed the bear, then I still can get destroyed. So
I never joined them motherfuckers in on that Jew hate, because I tell them, I said, at least
I do hate
you
Jewish
pay me.
people though. No, I do hate Jewish people though. But
at least the Jew pays me. The white guy don't pay me at all. The Jew know how to keep a motherfucking employee. Go ahead, angry man.
Jews aren't white.
Hey, on Jews are white. Jews are absolutely white.
They are not.
Yes, just like FBAs are black and
Jewish people just a different tribe of white people that Amalek in the Bible. But on that note, I do appreciate y'all rocking with me. It's about 12:30, so I'm gonna roll out. Tommy, if you could remind me before 9:05, I would greatly appreciate it. Because
you knew the damn day was coming. You act like Tuesday was a surprise to you.
I was watching SpongeBob with my son.
Snuck up on you.
Yeah, it did. Because I watched SpongeBob with my son, and then I get a text from Tommy. Hey, you gonna join the panel? Like, what you doing? And I gotta go join the panel. That's
so you got a fucking family now. You got to do shit. Shit.
Look at this nigga trying to be a dad.
Yeah, you got the nerve to be a dad. We eating cookies, eating SpongeBob.
FDK all day. FDK all day. Fuck them kids.
All that father shit we ain't show, nigga.
Damn, man.
Tell them, Brian. We told them motherfuckers, here's a cheese cracker, nigga. Eat this shit.
My kid's still outside right now.
Hey, angry man, I meant that about send me your address, man. I will send you a package.
Don't send that nigga your address. That's that beige rage. He gonna show up.
Man, I got a whole business, man.
He gonna send you anthrax in the mail.
I would expect the devil to say that. A devil would go to anthrax. That's what a devil would do. Devil gonna say.
It's what I know. It's what I know, man.
Murderer. But that's why
that's why I said we
good at it. I'm good at it. So my mom always told me that if you're good at something, do it.
Show y'all.
He's gonna get a box full of Elizabeth Warren's underwear.
Between why I say we can't mix like that. Black humor, you see the black humor? The white humor brings death. We just talk about don't give the address, he gonna do this, he gonna do that. White man brings death with anthrax. We can't joke with these things, man. These are not our niggas. They ain't our people, man. Leave these devils alone.
I agree 100%.
I'm gonna make a clip out of that too, Tommy. I'm gonna make a clip out of that.
I can't let you keep making these clips out of people's lives.
Cap, let me ask you. Cap,
what's up, Levi?
Cap, let me ask you a question.
Leviathan?
Would you rather get a box full of anthrax or Elizabeth Warren's underwear?
I don't know who Elizabeth Warren is.
Oh my
God! I don't think you want to live. I don't want to know.
I would like to
say Nancy Pelosi's underwear.
Hey, Cat,
that's
that
even worse.
Didn't land well. That was
that's a white joke.
Land well, Cat.
Yeah, that's I
know white jokes because I know white people. I spent time in the house.
I'm not fucking with Tommy. I was gonna say something crazy, but I ain't gonna say, man. But y'all be easy, man. I'll see y'all next week, man. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Now Sam
told
me.
See you later, Cap.
Oh. Let me see if I can put myself on the screen. Y'all see them coons, man? The first thing I said, why is my face in this bitch like this? Let me see. Can I back this up, son? Let me see. Raise this up a little bit. When before I go, the first thing I said when I did that live with them was I said we still gonna be friends afterwards. Because I knew how that conversation was gonna go. I knew it was gonna be a bunch of stepping fetch it ass niggas that would try to blame black people for not caring about a white man dying. I definitely am. Listen, Cap said he's better than the civil rights leaders, man. Yes, I am. I'm absolutely better. Angry man disappointed. Hey, y'all give me a 5 in the chat if angry man disappointed. Listen, before you say, I said it before you said it. Y'all give me a 5 if angry man disappointed you. Give me an 8 if he didn't. Because angry man disappointed the hell out of me, man. There go my girl Bezos. That's right, Bezos. Say, talk that shit, damn it. He is superior. I'm waiting to see. There we go. I'm glad to see them 5s. So glad to see them 5s. That nigga disappointed me, man. I'm gonna tell y'all, man. You ever want to see the real nigga come out? It's either a real nigga gonna come out of somebody or the bitch nigga gonna come out of somebody. Let there be a white conversation. When there's a white conversation, you're gonna always see who's real and who's not. With that, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. I'll see y'all. I'll be doing the Call Chronicles. Will I be doing the Call Chronicles tomorrow? I should be doing the Call Chronicles tomorrow. Tune in every Tuesday. We're gonna do this. So until next time, Shalom Israel.